Well, hello everybody, and today join me on a mission of conquest, as we will bring the fight to the enemy with massive armies, taking on 3 different lords, each culminating in a massive battle. Alright, so today we'll be going on the High Peaks Fractured Realm challenging difficulty. This means we'll have 3 AI components with 3 AI cities who are very aggressive. It also means we'll be starting with no armament delivery, so we'll have no weapons coming in. We'll be going up against Geronimus, Tithes, and Merton. We're going to take over every region, overcoming all obstacles. Let us begin. Now I'm taking the very first roll that I get, so I have absolutely no idea what is in store. So we have rich fish and rich mushrooms, and you know, that's gravy. We don't have much of an economy with this. We have stone down here. This is great though, and really nothing to cry home about. So let's get started. First and foremost, what I'm going to end up doing is getting a road coming out like this. Actually, hold up. Let's get the road straight here, then bend the road this direction. Perfect. And what I'm going to get up first and foremost is a logging camp. That way we can just have everything kind of together, right? So we want to keep this as close as possible to everything and get close to the wood. There's a bit of synergy needed in the early stages to get your 6 family very quickly. And all of this will be critically important if we are going to survive. So we're going to get a hitching post up right here as well. I'm going to bring the road in as you see it here. And we're going to use some basic, simple little plots here. We're going to use a double corpse pit. And we're going to do 3 double burgage plots right here for our early game veggies. These are just going to be really simple. They don't need to be complicated. I have other designs that are pretty darn good, but I think that this is going to suffice. Our needs are going to be so little. Now we're likely to have some of the worst farmland in the world. So before I put this down, let's come over here and see if we have any barley fertility. A small amount right here. Not anything that I care enough to want to even try. Emmer, we got a bit over here, some good spots up top. And rye fertility, it seems like this valley right here. So we can get some farming going right there. For the time being though, we're going to go with these spots right here. And we're going to build 3 double burgage plots, just like that. And this will give us ample space. We're going to highly prioritize the logging camp, hitching post. Let's get that built out. Boom. Okay. And you can actually order your ox before building the hitching post. However, on this map, there are some issues and I'm superstitious about a lot of stuff. So I typically wait. Anywho, we're going to now get the logging camp up at 3. They're going to start building these houses. And once they build the houses, we need to quickly expand them. So let's get that started. All right, got house 1. So let's expand that house. I'm gonna pull, since we only need 1 more wood, 1 family out of here. Let's get those other houses up. Okay, there we got that next one. So we're gonna expand here. And this house right here is almost done. It's right there, and then expand that. Okay, so let's leave the 2 individuals over here collecting wood. We are expanding all our houses, so let's wait till these are completely done. We are on March 22nd, which means we will have these houses completed before the 1st. And then the next and most important thing is going to be getting into fish. We're cutting it real close. Come on, guys. There we go. I think the ox got lost. So again, you can kind of see some of the problems. All right, so just right there in the dial of 29th, we got that in. Our next goal is going to get a fishing hut up right here. Let's see. If we have the mushrooms here, let's get there's like 11 spots around a normal fishing spot. So let's see. If we have all the berries here, let's get the berries here. Let's get the fishing hut right here. We can have a lovely little intersection here. A granary, be beautiful. Okay, there, perfect. And then also very importantly, we need to get up our first artisan burgage plot to start crafting bows. I'm going to turn off the snap to road tools. I kind of feel like this area is going to have some stuff, but right here you can see there's starting to be like a natural clearing, potentially some industry potential right here. So let's get up our first house right here as soon as we get the wood. Now, the point we're going to use is an automatic Regensburg Guildsman because we need that regional wealth. We just absolutely need it to start getting things going. Also reduce burgers plot upgrade cost decrease, salt and iron import value reduction. It still says iron ore. Keep in mind it is iron slabs, not iron ore. So you can import the slabs and skip the whole step of making them, which it just makes it a beautiful perk, okay? So we're going to get that going. Our logging camp is wonderful over there. And we definitely want to get up this little area as soon as possible. Oh, we got 4. Nice. So I'm going to turn the snap the road tool back on. And we're going to get 2 single levels. Now remember that gold is generated by burgers plot and not family as of the recent patch. So you will need more market stalls because the market stalls are dependent upon houses just to get the modifier bonus. Remember, supply and demand is not consumption. All families consume 1 food a month, okay? That doesn't change. They don't even consume from the market stalls. They consume from the granary currently, and then the market stalls if nothing is in the granary. I have guides on this if you're really interested in all this, but I'm just letting you know that there's a time and place for everything. And that's why I prefer to use single plots for everything except for veggies and fruits, okay? Pretty much anything else is going to be single now because of the money. So we're going to place 2 of these guys down right here. And that will get us for 2 months. Now, if you don't have a good food start, like I do, if you have really bad food, you can actually expand far too quickly in the early stages. So just keep that in mind. We're fortunate. We can expand as quickly as we want. So we're going to get up a woodcutter's lodge right here. I can also, what's awesome about this is I can also have my trade and everything. And then over here, once we get some boards and some other things, we'll do a great job. So we have our 6th family. It is the beginning of April 9th. Everything is going according to plan. So let's come over here. Let's get 1 family in the fishing hut, 1 family in the foraging hut. I'm going to do a crossroad like this. Now, interestingly enough, you don't need water unless you want to go to tier 2. And of course we want to go to tier 2, but they don't require it as a survival mechanism. So kind of odd. We're going to do, only 5 stalls there, eh? Well, you know what? 5 is okay. We can have multiple market stalls. Let's just get the basics going here. Okay, we're doing great. We're going to get a storehouse up right. Let's do the storehouse right here. And we don't need it next to everything. Okay, let's get 1 in the woodcutter. We do need firewood before the winter comes. All right, we're doing fantastic. We should have ample food supplies. I'm going to move this hitching post down over here. Okay, so we have a family and all the basics that we need. Now we're also going to get up a granary. And I'm going to put the granary right next to kind of like a middle ground. So it's here. You can get to these guys and you can get to the farms. That's another reason why I like roads like this. You can see you can go from here to here without having to do an L. You know, it's a little bit of a straighter path, makes it faster for him. And we'll probably do our apple orchards and things like that down here too. Okay, and I think I'm going to remove the roads here. So we're going to start accumulating some money. It's going to be glorious. So the storehouse is now up. The granary is almost up. We desperately need to get a saw pit up. And I'm going to place that right here behind everything. And I'm going to build a road. Actually kind of comes down and around here. Maybe even up. Yeah, we might put some stuff back there. But what we want to do is get these guys to tier 2 as soon as possible. Saw pit's going. All right. So now what I'm going to do is take 1 out of the logging camp. I'm going to check my food. We have 37 carp and 51 mushrooms. Okay. So there's quite a bit of mushrooms. You can see he's full. We need to get a granary worker going. We need to get a storehouse worker going. Oh, nice. We got the extra family. So I can leave the gent and the forester. Okay, so we have 1 person in every major thing. We have 1 available living space, which means that I can, in good conscience, put my last person into the saw pit. And he's just going to make 50 boards for now, focusing on 10. And we're going to try to get a church up. Now, I'm thinking that we generally want to have, once this is gone, I'm thinking we have a central area here. A little circle. Okay. So now we can get a market and get some more markets in here. And we can go down a little bit, get some agriculture, get some other things. So we need to get that church up ASAP. in order to start producing weapons. Well, let's just check in on the AI cities. So the AI is starting pretty strong. They're over here doing something kind of similar, getting their artisan areas up. Come on over here. It looks like they definitely did improve the AI cities. They're following a little bit more of a non-chaotic route than they were before. Okay. So we will need to attack all of these individuals. All right, church time. So I'm thinking we place the church right around these parts near the market. Perfect. This. And I'm desperately hoping we get some kind of decoration pack here soon. I'm just going to place some shrines outside. And we can speed this up now. So let's let them build this church up. Oh, crap. That's right. I'm going to have to take people out of the logging camp. Help build that up. Now, the church is placed literally across the street from the storehouse. So keep in mind, they have to lug every piece of resource over. So sometimes when you're trying to speedrun like this, get your defenses up, it's very advantageous to have it right next to a storehouse. And we have some more boards. So let's get up the vegetable gardens. You can see these are beautiful vegetable gardens. They're going to be very plentiful, except for this one. This guy sucks. Okay, so we have one family helping out there. They should get that up relatively quickly. Let's take the gent off the woodcutter. Yeah, we have 6 months worth of fuel. You typically get quite a bit of it quickly. So we have 3 families. So we have no available living spaces for people to move into. So what I would like to do now is get up potentially my first apple orchard. Ooh, that's a bad backyard. Well, let's do this a little different. I'm going to move the lumber industry over here. We're actually not in any position to even get into fruit production anyway, so it's not going to kill us. One thing we need to do is remove all this stone, and then we can place our orchards in this area. Have a little bit of farming next to that zone there. Let's get that up. But we are going to need to get up an extra house, and we are going to need pigs. Good source of meat. Granary here. You know what? Let me remove this. Let's put the road like that. We can have the market outside of the church. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect for pigs. And then we can have a back road. Wonderful. All right, the road is disagreeing with me. That's okay. Sometimes it's best just to place these things individually and then put the roads up. There we go. Now you don't want these to be, you just need single plots. There we go. Perfect. Space. Wonderful. That's going to be great. That'll give us 2 new houses for pigs. There we are, getting the church up. Beautiful. Now that the church is up, we can tier 2 these houses as soon as it shows access. There we go. We just need 1 log. So we need to prioritize getting up the logging camp real quick. I'm also going to create a shortcut road so that they can move the logs a little bit easier over to the saw pit. We're going to grow. Another reason I like going short in the beginning is I think on the long plot over here, we're going to do beetroots. So those will grow pretty quick. You get about 4 harvests per year on beetroots, so it's a little intense actually. Okay, logging camp is back up. Let's place 2 families on that. Oof. Right at the bell. Right up the bell, we got that house up. That was close. All right. Burgers plot level 2 and level 2. So now we have 2 buildings over here. I can start manufacturing. Most likely I'll make one a blacksmith so we can make crossbowmen. We might have to go archers. I don't know. We should probably be really smart here. If I get a blacksmith up, I can get 2-hand pole arms. That's pretty good. Which also tells me we need to immediately jump into getting a trade post up. Now, the trade post typically want to put right across the street from your storehouse. That's not going to happen this time. That's okay. Another trade post right here. And we'll have a back connector to the granary because we will be selling probably like carrots or something. Carrots are a good trade. There we are. Now, we do need more stone, so I'm going to get 1 person in the stone gather so we can upgrade our granary because it's going to hit capacity. We also need to upgrade the storehouse as soon as possible. So let's actually turbocharge this by placing a 3rd family into the logging camp. We're going to use the trade post here momentarily to order tools. We could also turbocharge the logging camp by increasing its maintenance cost. But we did get a bunch of beetroots, so that's really good. And these can go to tier 2. We're going to not worry about that right now. Let's just get everything else started. Okay, so we're burgers plot level 2. So we just need 6 boards. Perfect. And we're going to need 10 wood before it will even start making anything. So that kind of sucks. Now, I have a feeling the main thing that's going to hold back our economy right now is probably transportation of logs. So let's get 2 more hitching posts up over here. Now we are pulling in 1 per burgish plot, so it's a pretty good source of money per month for us. The trade post, of course, is now finally up. Nice, got 63 rubble stone. Okay, well, let's get up a few of these buildings first. There we go. We got it going now. Okay. Boyer workshop is going up. And because we did that, we lost our family. So I'm going to need to remove 1 from the logging camp. And we're getting close. We just need 20. We can order another ox. Okay, come over here. And let's produce at any given time around 40 archers. We'll have 36, and then we'll have enough for a whole new unit if we need it. Now, the bandito camps may or may not appear because we have enemies everywhere. So this greatly impacts everything. All right. I feel pretty good about where we're at. So now we need to add more homes. Let's get 3 houses up. Nice. We got 21. Let's get that extra ox. Now we need to maintain positive board production. Let's upgrade. Oof, that's 12 boards, but we got to do it. Let's upgrade the granary. It'll give us more carts too. It'll help with hauling. It's a really good thing to upgrade your granary. Let's upgrade the storehouse before that gets full. And I think we have enough stone. I need to prioritize firewood. We have 1 month, but we desperately need to get some kind of defense up. Saying not enough construction material. Yeah. So we want to be really careful about not needlessly spending wood right now until all these buildings are upgraded. Okay, I'm feeling mighty good. Okay, not enough construction material. We are 1 board short. I think we're going to get it now. I just saw that log going in. Oh, yeah. Look at all these future pigs. And just to take a peek, man, this is what the town is starting to look like. Got the mountains in the background. Got the piggies there. I always kind of like running a short farm next to, you know, the long. So you got these giant farms in the back, but you still got that city vibe because you have the houses kind of in between it. It's a pretty good design. It works out pretty well. It really helps, you know, you see what I'm saying. It looks so much better when you see houses in each direction, except for the orchards. The orchards are actually pretty good. All right, so we have 2 individuals that we can, or 2 families, I should say, that we can place in other parts. Okay. And then over here, I wanted to do a blacksmith. So what we need to do is get the trading post going. I'm going to pause here. So now that we're producing firewood, that's pretty much one of the early things you want to start trading. We'll do anything over 75. I'm not going to buy a trade route. We're just going to let it trickle out. Now we don't have any pelts to sell. That's one of the big benefits of having game is pelts are really good. Now clay, as you can see, only sells for 1 a pop. Planks only sell for about 1 a pop right now too. So a couple things. We need to maintain at least 5 tools. So I'm going to have to set an import. And I think for the time being, we're just going to trade the firewood. I'm mainly just interested in raising my first militia. So as long as the saw pit's going, which it is, it's got 2 logs and it's producing quite a bit of timber. I think we're going to be in good shape. I'm going to upgrade one of our hitching posts over here. I'm also going to place 2 hitching posts next to the trade post. There we go. Oh, good Lord. Why can't they cut that tree down? Making it so hard for me to see. There we go. Got it. Beautiful. Okay, we're off to a good start. Roof tiles is going to be our moneymaker, though, along with, like I said, selling certain fruits. Now, we could probably start selling maybe some of the fish and or mushrooms. We have 3 free families. Warrior's Workshop, very good. All right, yeah, we're over 100 mushrooms and the fish. The spoilage on these is rather high. So we're going to start exporting anything over 75. You can see carp sells for quite a bit. Let's actually do anything over 50. Let's sell the carp, not care too much about whether or not people are happy. They're not going to be happy if they're not alive, right? And we need as much money as possible. So anything over 75 over here. These sell for 1, not bad. And let's get 2 families into the trade post. Now what we're going to do over here is just get the road up and around. And I'm going to put another market stall area in this vicinity. Okay, that's 13 stalls that can fit right there. That's beautiful. We're going to place 1 more into the stone gatherer's camp. Let's just get... There's 1 piece of stone left. I didn't even realize that. Let's just get this last bit of stone over here. All right, we got these guys going ham. We can get ourselves another ox, which would be a wonderful idea since we only have currently 2. Now we'll have 3. I'm going to speed this up a bit. It's November. We're going into Yeah. Okay, so we got a lot of timber, a lot of planks. We have no more available spaces for people to move in. I think it's time, now that we got the bit of stone, to start getting up our apple orchards and double burgers plots down here. And we're going to do a road just like this. We'll keep some progress here. Let's get this straight. Here we go. Perfect. It still gives good access to the granary. You just has to walk down here. Oh, nice. Got 15 beets. So we're going to start bringing in the beet bacon. I don't know what to call it. Let's get that to a tier 2 so they have a bigger pantry. Also, we would need an 80% approval to generate the passive income on a burgers level 2. So we can try to do that. It most likely won't happen though. We are on a harder difficulty, so they're a little bit more ornery. Okay, so for your orchards, I typically do something I call the 6-pack. In this case though, I think what we're going to do is just a modified approach where we just use corpse pits to measure a 3x3 area. Let's take a road down and connect these spots. Okay, we got that. And we don't need too much, okay? We just really don't need too much here. So we're just gonna do 3 new double burgage plots. And this should yield, I'm predicting, about around 100 of each or more. Probably about 100. That should be more than sufficient for our needs. This in, boot this down. Yeah, these are huge plots right here. Boom. Got it done. And this gives us more room for pigs over here. I always go with pigs because you get ridiculous yields, better than chickens or anything. And then you can also turn it into sausage. So 1 pig meat and 1 salt is 2 sausages, which gives you the 2 meat types that you're going to need for the higher tiers. So you can get all your meat just from pigs if you had to. Luckily, we have massive amounts of fish, so that'll help us out. All right. And we're going to get these up to orchards. Here's the next one. So here we are. We got 12 months worth of fuel and 10 months worth of food. So we're in good shape. Our army... Oh, I accidentally clicked crossbowmen. Let's get rid of the crossbow. We have 26 archers. Let's get 2 of these guys up. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is immediately get up a blacksmith's workshop. So what I want to start using my money to do is coming over to our crafting materials. So part of our perk, so iron ore you can see has an import of 11, and iron slabs has an import of 11. So we will need to buy a trade route for it, but totally worth it. And we're going to import so that we always have 20 of these. I just need 1 more Manor Lord's dollar. Okay, we're going to expand these fields over here. We're going to put these to burgers plot level 2s as well. I think our next objective is to get the manor up. Hiring mercenaries might be the wisest thing we could do. And I think we're going to get our manor up. Let's get it up over here. The road going other way. Here we go. Right here. If I have the resources, definitely should get the tower up. It'll take them a little bit to build because it's pretty far away from the storehouse. And we don't have any food coming in right now. We are selling a little bit of it, but I feel pretty good about our odds. All right, so we have on hand now 54. So we're importing tools, always maintaining at least 5. Over here, we're importing iron slabs. Get that up. I'm going to boot up our firewood trade to 105 now since we have more people to take care of. You see, tools are 13, so I could make my own tools and save myself a little bit of a hassle, but we'll think about that. The blacksmith's up. You gotta be really careful because he will just start going to town. So we want him to produce pole arms. Okay, we want him to produce 30. I'm actually gonna just set production limits of 40 on everything, just so when I switch over to it, I don't make the mistake. One time I accidentally switched over to spears, and he made like 300. I had tools, 33, iron parts, around 40. Okay. So we're going to craft pole arms right now and bows. So our army is going to look like this. Archers and pole arms. Perfect. Pole arms are great. Now, the reason I like to do that is because the only reason I go into spears is because they're awesome. But you have to make a joiner's workshop. And the joiner's workshop isn't bad because you can sell the shields. And you can make a good chunk of cash doing that. But like outside of that, it's just kind of like I don't do much with the joiner's workshop. And so I always feel like it's a wasted family. So instead of going spears, I just go pole arms and crossbows. And it tends to do the job. I don't think I've ever lost a battle. It's a very sufficient setup. Okay. So let me see. Let me get... The Ox are big about traffic laws. They all went to traffic school. Okay, so we have our fisher dude here. Let's just wrap around. Let's get a wrap around over here. Have it come out something like this. I want to leave room for any future walls or anything that I plan on doing. But this will give him potentially a shorter... No. They're still pretty dumb. It's okay. You can't win everything. All right, let's upgrade this well. Nice. We're going to do carrots now. Upgrade this to burgers plot level 2. Nice. We're going to have some carrots coming in. We got 4 individuals. So we probably need to up our marketplace capacity here eventually. I'm going to preemptively put another individual into the large granary. That way I know that they're getting all the food. We are selling mushrooms and firewood now, and those mushrooms are pretty good. Want to pop. But between the regional wealth we're taking in per burgers plot because of our perk and our trade, we should be sufficient here. There we go. Okay, yeah, and we'll get the carrots going. So over here we'll do cabbages. And then down here, the greatest of all the fruits. We'll get this last orchard going right now. And so this is where we are at this moment in time. We got ourselves a nice looking city, or town I should say, but it is growing. And let us gander at the AI town over here and see what this looks like. You know, he's trying. He's doing his best. That's not what I would have done. But, you know, he's giving it the old college try. They got a nice little mine over here. Not bad. They got some interesting road choices. Okay, okay. But they did do decent burgers plots, except for this one in the middle. This one should have been just a tad bit wider. Would have gotten a better area. There. Oh, yeah. I am a silly, silly man. That reminds me. The best trade item in the game is coal. Yeah, when you're in these bad situations, you just need to go all in on coal. It's not, like, ideal given that, you know, we're kind of, like, at a deficit here when it comes to firewood. We gotta be careful not to get the mushrooms over here. Okay. Here we go. So I'm gonna move these hitching posts over here. Yeah, all the mushrooms are... Ooh, they're right here. So gotta be really careful. Hitching posts over here. This will allow me to get a road over here. There we go. Now the large storehouse has access from this side. Doesn't have to walk all the way around. Okay, we got our woodcutter gent right here. We need to desperately get up a forester's hut. We'll do that right here. Beautiful. And we're going to go all in on the coal trade. And we'll ship out anything over 75. Yeah, that's going to sell for 2 a pop. Oh, they nerfed it. Okay, so I don't feel so silly anymore. But it's still a really good trade item. It's better to do that than the firewood. Get twice as much, right? Okay, so they got wild animals. This is an okay looking thing, you know. I think the city planner got a little drunk. He was planning that road, but, you know, they're doing just fine with it. All right, so we got 3 lords above us. And it's going to take a bit, as you can see, because they're moving 1 plank at a time. Christina is single-handedly building the manor. These guys over here, they're just done. Okay, they're transporting planks as well. Okay, so Christina, got Merton, and we got Paulus. Not to be mistaken with Paul. He is Paulus, and he is cold. Okay, yeah, so you can see it's going to be a bit. It is going to be a bit. I wish I could get the Lord out here to, I don't know, yell at him. Make him go faster. Okay, there's actually like quite a bit you need to do. The clothing industry might be the sanest thing we could get ourselves into. Now, I want to build something that doesn't destroy the wood. So what I'm thinking is we need a house for textiles. Probably 2, in fact. We're going to need boot production as well. And a leather maker. Okay. So I feel like we could fit some of this stuff into the design here. So we're going to get 2 houses here. I'm going to get myself another storehouse right here. We're going to get up a tannery. Beautiful. Then we're going to come down with a side road. Now, this was a wooded area. Now, what I would like to do is delete this road. We'll come back to this in a second. Let's get that there. And what we want to do is place down our sheep pen, sheep farm, I should say. And we need a bit of wood. Okay, the banditos will be here in 300 and 65 days. We have enough food for 6 months. It's about to change. Let's see. We're still working on a few things. We have 5 families building out everything. I think the majority of them are focused on the manor. Storehouse, tannery, 2 here. Okay, we should have my 2 wood now. All right, let's get a 3rd family into the logging camp. It looks like he's kind of running out. All right, so now we can place our gent right here. And what we're gonna do is circle the area. And this is just what I found to give some of the better pathing, which allows you to use less families on a lot of sheep. So I think we're gonna go into clothing empire mode. So what we want to do is kind of go out in each direction like this. And I know I'll get rid of some trees. I may not actually go up north. If I wanted to go crazy, I would go the whole distance there. But I think we're just going to do this. We only need 50 sheep. So quite honestly, this is more than enough space for that. Oh, come on, do it. 15. And I know you can make them long and stringy and you can get crazy amounts. I don't like to do that because I just don't like the way it looks. So just like this is perfect. And we can even connect the road right over here. Perfect. Now they have back access. Now the next thing we need to do is get up a Weaver's Guild. We'll do that right here. And then a livestock trade post. I'll just put that right here for now. Okay, we got a lot going on. We have 2 more places individuals can move into. And we need to get that cabbage money. The manor is up. We're at 66 approval. So I'm going to put on a tax rate of, I think, 6. Yeah, 6. That will get us only -5. Upgrade another stable over here. We're going to place 1 family into the sheep farm. And we just want to get as many sheep as we possibly can afford. They're pretty darn pricey. So let's just go for 2 of them right now. We can get a breeding pair. We can get some progress over there. Probably actually going to need to shoot for more like 6 if we want to get good traction. So this is where we really need to start making that money. We're going to place a family into the charcoal kiln. I'm going to come over to the trade post. We need 40 to start exporting. So for just one moment, we're not going to place a family into the livestock trade post until I get the coal trade going. All right, let's get a family into the forester. I'm going to highly concentrate the area so they're not, if you make it too big, I guess they walk around too much. So you want to make it not too small and not too big. I think is the secret here. So let's just try hyper focusing it in this area here. Let's also upgrade these so they can carry horses, because horses can transport 50 goods. So every time you buy a trade route, like you're doing over here, we're going to do right now, you're establishing that someone's going to come who's able to purchase 50 at a time. It's like a guaranteed person to come and do that. That's why establishing trade routes is important when you're trying to bulk sell. And if you want your people to go out and trade, you need to have livestock assigned. So I'm just going to preemptively assign it, but you also need a family. A couple families should do it, but you need stables for horses. They can't be assigned to a hitching post. Okay, so we got the forester hut there. And I feel like we're going to start having a really insane decrease in our productivity if I don't get a forester out here. Do that. We are out of tools. Or is it just that the building requires maintenance? No, we got tools. Now, you don't need to establish trade routes for items like this for tools. So trade routes, the minor trade routes have people who travel on foot and they trade up to about 5 goods out of their back pocket. So if it's a minor trade route and you're just trying to do a trickle effect, you don't have to worry too much about it. All right, so now that we got that up, let's get a little bit of money. We desperately need to get the sheep going so we can get clothing production up. Carrots over here is only going to cost us 45. Maybe we should get up our veggie production first. There's just so much to do. But now we have coal, mushrooms, fish, and firewood all available for trade. And I'm going to make this road a little thicker. There we go. Just want to make sure that everyone has access to this area. Beautiful. What's great is, yeah, it's coming straight from the granary. It's coming straight from the large storehouse right here. Getting everything we need. There we go, 127. That's a lot. There's a lot of good we can do with that. So, oopsie days, I didn't mean to buy carrots again. But you know what? We're probably going to trade carrots. So, that's okay. I jumped the gun. So, what we're going to do is I'm just going to get up a makeshift little house. And it's going to be the cabbage house. That's not a bad little plot right there. But it only doesn't have the 4 families. Okay. We're going to have a lot of cabbage. You know what? A single level cabbage house isn't going to ruin my day. There we go. We'll do it. And it goes with the setting here. And let's make it pretty. We got this gap now. I'm just going to line it with shrines. My only decoration. It does make the game look just a little bit more unique, though. Gives it some spice. But that's cool. Yeah, carrots are great. We can sell the carrots. We have 82. Let's come over here. So 234 for apples, 351 pears, 117 quince. We should try to get the quince going as fast as possible. If you come over here, you either need animal produce or fruit. So getting quince up is a really viable way to get to tier 3 pretty quickly. Let's take a peek at our army. So we have 47 bows. We have barely any pole arms. We're not importing too much of the iron slabs right now because we're kind of broke. But we got a good food selection. We got some carrots now. Got beetroots. Got a lot of carp. A lot of mushrooms. I think we're doing pretty decent. And we'll do the cabbage over here. This is a kind of weird field. It's probably going to be a little bit pricey. Not very optimal, but it will do the trick. All right, we need to get these to level 2 burgers plots. All right, let's get these to level 2 as well, so they have a bigger pantry size. I'm actually going to order another ox because we just desperately need it. Okay, the coal trade should take off here momentarily. That's going to be pretty big for us. There we go, 193. Let's get them quince up. That's going to be huge for us. Over here, cabbage is going to cost us 120. Oof. So what sucks is this is actually a good demonstration of principles here. So I have a guide that goes over basically up to a certain point, everything costs the same, and then it starts to increase in cost. Now, an increase in cost doesn't actually mean you're going to get a better yield. The yield is always going to be determined on how this here is generated. Now, this is actually a big patch, right? It's all about like square footage. Now, if you look, the correlation between yield is actually pretty straight. Like, count how wide your crops here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, these are always typically 9 when I do it this way. Over here, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just little things can really mess up yields. So you could have something very similar in size, but if you'd make it just a hair too small, like literally just like maybe 3 fence posts could be the difference between having an extra row of crops, and that's going to determine the maximum yield. And it might only be like a 5, Manor Lord dollar difference. So really look at how your fields are generating and look at how many crops there are, and that will tell you a lot about whether or not that plot you have is going to yield a lot. Now, when you come over here, this could actually be good, because like if you were to cut this in half and put it side by side, right? If we were to cut all of this in half side by side, it would probably equal this in this field. So this is a pretty big field, but we're paying probably more per crop. So it's 80, and we were paying far less. So anyway, that's my point. Is just take that into consideration. If you make your plots too narrow, which is why I think they need to be at least a corpse pit wide. Or this is actually a little different. Let's take a peek, right? So this isn't a full corpse pit. It's another tool I use. It's basically a hunting camp and a shrine. A hunting camp and a shrine is about the perfect width that you want. So if you want to build this individually, I have a whole guide showing how I did this, but this is the strategy I use. So you can see the hunting camp and shrine is about perfect. So this is going to get you about the perfect width. And if you do, I think around 4 of these, this is what I found is that the 4 outproduce the 3 like substantially. So you just need to use these for measurements, but all you're going to do is come over like this and like this. And this is going to give you, hands down, one of the most efficient and cheap burgers plots that you can get. And we'll just keep it. Now, incidentally, this is also just basically 3 corpse pits, which is what you saw me. So I just skipped, right? I skipped the monotony of placing all those things and use corpse pits. But if you're doing a single, so you get a perfect double, you get a decent backyard. You can see pretty decent. And this typically is going to yield very well. We'll get that up. See if I'm lying. And let's see if we can get another well in here. Get up one right there. Perfect. Now there are 2 things that people travel for. Firewood and water. Everything else is Amazon drone delivered from the granary. It just automatically is eaten. And it's eaten at the time the family came in to the population. So you'll see your food going randomly. It's pretty much like consumption and all that. It's pretty much correlated to the point that the family came into being. So clothing, all that stuff, the consumption date is going to revolve around the point that they came in. So it's going to be like the 1st, 2nd, and the 15th and 16th. Okay. So now we have our burgers plot over here. We're going to get veggies. We're broke again, though. We're always broke. We've got raiders coming. Nobody's returning our phone calls anymore. It's a bad day. It's a bad day for all of us. Now, we're going to get up there pretty quick. Okay. So you can see here it's 45, 67, and 28 for beetroots. Now, this is why this is one of the better starting burgers plots. So I'll post the guide in the description of the video since I've referenced it 17 times. But I tested out all different types of historical burgers plot. And this is just so solid. You get your best bang for buck. So you get up 3 of these early game. And it's not hard to make this kind of money. And you got all 3 veggies. Now, this didn't correlate very well to fruits. Fruits are a little difficult because they require a lot of spacing. So your yield is going to be directly proportional to how many trees are planted in the backyard. So what you want is just width and length. So if I would have made this, you can see here, look how perfect the spacing is here. There's no wasted space on this side. Maybe just a little bit right here, but not too much. So if I would have made this like about a square bigger, I'd have a whole another row of trees, right? So that's another thing you want to take into consideration when you're building it. And that's why the corpse pit is just a stupidly good measurement system, especially for fruit. You get the perfect width to maximize all of your fruit trees like that. So you get your most bang for your buck there. Okay, so we're going to grow cabbages here for 67. And look at this plot. It's very full. You got your drop-off point right here, which means they're walking very short distances. It's just, yeah, I'm telling you, it's just so efficient. And then over here, I think we're going to sell carrots. So we got 2 carrots. I think we're just going to do another carrot here. I'll play it by ear. But now we don't have to worry about the money here. So we got our cabbages coming in. We got quince. We need quite a bit of money. I say we take a break from all that jazz. And we focus on getting those sheep. So I'm going to put 1 into the livestock trade post. And we're going to order a horse and boot this up to 3 families for trade. We're also going to come down to the large storehouse, place another family, because we are putting more burgers plots. Make sure we can meet our demand. Keep our approval high. I'm just trying to keep it above 55%. We have a little bit of money coming in. Now, I will say, if you have barely any regional wealth, keep in mind that this tax is a percentage of our regional wealth. And so there's really no point at this juncture. We have no regional wealth. We're just making our people, like, our people got like $10 in their pocket and we're like, give me 60 cents. It's just, you know, it's not like they can't afford it. It's like, but it's like 60. It's like, is it really worth harassing someone for 60 cents? I mean, maybe if you're, you know, bored, but it's just kind of not a good thing to do. Let's keep our happiness up. Let them keep the 60 cents and let's double up this family here. So get another family in here. So we could plant beetroots here for 50. I'm probably going to do carrots though, like I said. But yeah, I love this plot. This is a bit of a longer plot-ish. It's about the same size, but this is the concept. It's just a beautiful plot. And I thought I've already bought the cabbage. Okay, we're going to rebuy the cabbage again and upgrade the tier 2. That's weird. All right, so we're keeping up with our tools. We got 52 planks. We're doing great. Let's see what we got. So we have our forester over here doing the Lord's work, planting. And then over here, same concept. I'm going to try not to go so big so that they don't walk around as much. And let's just try to replant this area. Ooh, it's kind of cool the way it highlights things. You can see all the squares to where it will plant trees. I've actually really never looked that closely at it before. That's pretty. We're doing great. Everything's wonderful. Let's get everybody to tier 2. Except for the piggies. The piggies, I'm going to keep at tier 1. So animal pens are a little pricey, but getting some meat production would help in the long run. Get that going. Eventually, I'll probably get everything to tier 4 just because you can fully import all the ale you need if you get to tier 4 because of all the money you're making per house. Now, the goal here, if I haven't explained, is to take every region and build in them. So there's no good farming here, but look at this clay and stone. This is a wonderful trade town. Over here, rich wild animals, rich iron, so we can make everything there. Rich salt. So the best farmlands all the way up here. That does present difficulties, but it's okay. We'll definitely produce our own bread, but ale is going to be imported. All right, and the money is flowing in pretty good now. I think potentially one day we will have a sheep. Oh, we got one. Can I name the sheep? Elsbeth. I don't like that name. I don't like that name at all. All right, so here's our secondary storehouse. Let's upgrade that. All right, now we should also start thinking about the future. And the future requires an enormous amount of alcohol. So we're gonna get a tavern right here. We already have a nice little storehouse in this part. So that tells me that we could also get the malt house up over. Let's get it right here, right next to the brewer. Actually, hold up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is have the road end there. I'm gonna put him here. We're gonna pull this down. And this will allow me to have a brewer and potentially some other stuff that I want. We are going to need a butcher. Okay. So let's get up 2 more gents back here. Too steep. Okay, right here. We need a butcher. Probably 2 butchers if we want to make sausage. And also, yeah, the mutton. Also, yeah, the mutton you get from sheep is enormous. Sheep are the most important thing in the game. Like straight up the most important thing in the game. They are just a powerhouse. Let's get up 2 houses right here. Beautiful. So we're gonna get a brewer and potentially some more bacon over here. I don't know yet. And we'll see if the forester does a good job. So we're gonna try this methodology out where we keep our areas a little smaller, hyper-focused. That way they're not, the more time they spend walking around is, you know, the less time that they plant. There is a special perk too. If we come up here, let me find it, because it increases plant chance by 50%. So that tells you there is a increased success chance for tree planting. The base chance of failure of 50% when planting trees no longer applies. So that tells you there is a 50% chance, if you do not have that perk, which we do not, that tree planting will fail. So if you make an area too big and they're walking around and then planting a tree, so think about that. Like, I'm probably planting 3 times as many trees because I've shortened the work area. And someone pointed this out to me in a comment on a previous video. I never really thought about it. It makes a whole lot of sense. So I'm going to try this out. Oh no, the raiders are here and I do not have any candy. Okay, let's get out there. We got some good men. I don't know. Oh shoot, they're coming right from the south. Okay, so we are going to get into position. We have some archers. We do have a good selection of pike. This shouldn't be too big of a battle. It's only going to be a couple. And there have been like no bandit camps because all the regions are owned. So that kind of, you know, took out the early game economy. There we go. All right, we're going to start shooting. I think I'm just going to preemptively charge them. We need to take them out as fast as possible. Let's pull the archers back over here so we can pivot immediately. These guys are just going to Donkey Kong slap these raiders around over here. They're pretty darn strong. Yeah, probably not a good idea to mess with a bunch of two-handers. All right, we're going to try to help speed this along. Let's shoot some arrows down on them. All right, we routed them. Okay, I'm going to pull these guys back. We'll let our archers do the rest of their jobs. We're going to charge our men in, pepper them up a little bit. There we go. We got one of them. All right. Turn around and charge. We'll get our archers over here. Put them on shoot at will. Oh, here we go. We got a good shot right here. There we go. We're cleaning them up. Look at that. Beautiful. That was it. Got a good chunk of influence from that too. We need about 2,000 to attack the next region. Now let's get back to work, everybody. It's a beautiful day. So this is our kingdom right now. It's looking really good. Starting to get sophisticated. And if we come over, we can see that the AI has expanded quite a bit in all of the locations. Except for this place looks, oh my gosh. I need to take these villages over and make them look nicer. This one's actually kind of cool. I like, it looks like a proper slum, right? Beautiful. Let's get back to it. There we go. They're out here planning. So you can see they walk quite a bit of a distance. Look at that. So he went there, then he went there. So yeah, keeping it shorter. I would even argue potentially maybe making it as short as possible. Like this. Let's just watch. Let's order another ox. Upgrade these hitching posts to stables. Oh my gosh. Look at him go. So you see, he's wow. He's planting so many more trees. This may be something you want to micromanage. Maybe, you know, set him up in an area and come back. And I can't tell if he's actually succeeding or not because you don't see anything. But look at him go, man. All right, we have 2 sheep. We should get up to 6 and then they'll start breeding. And for the logging camp, so just FYI, it only requires any kind of tools if you have a worker in them. So the only way to store logs is to place more of these. So we're gonna create a store of value over here, get about, because once we go upgrade spree, you're gonna need, you know, 50 to 100 wood. So we should start storing now while we're not building anything. But yeah, they're planting like crazy. It looks like they've planted everything they can. And they're getting, here we go. So yeah, I think like an area like this is perfect. Like just have them focus on growing in this area. Same thing over here. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. See, they regrew this whole area really quick. Wow. They did a phenomenal job. Let's just keep it just like that. That will get all of our wood coming in. So that's interesting, man. I've been playing this game for a long time. It's never really thought about that. It seems so obvious now. So keep them small. Don't make them big. Makes sense. All right, we can buy piggies now, but we're kind of broke, so I don't want to do that. Let's just get everything to tier 2. So as you can see here, no maintenance, but it's a good store of value. Let's buy another ox. I think we're going to need it. Now, they're supposed to be able to plant trees anywhere, but one thing I've noticed is sometimes it just doesn't stick. Let's try this area down here where I know we can grow stuff. It used to be a lot better. Okay, yeah, I see some of the trees. So you can see some of the trees are starting to grow. They're just very small. We just have to be patient. Not my strong suit. Let's place 2 people into the 2 families. Twice the amount of people out there. I think the 1 family has shown it's sufficient. All right, we got the tavern. Let's upgrade this to Medium Tavern. We got the malt house. We got the brewers over here. Get these guys to tier 2. 4 sheep. You can see we actually had some wool over here. That's beautiful. And we got a decent army. We just need more people. Now, I will say, this is probably the wrong place to do this in now. Let's do it down here. We do want to get some bread production. So let's go for rye fertility. Oh, it's all up top. Let's look at this. Emmer. Yeah, this is the place. So what we're going to do, I don't care about the clay. You don't get enough clay when you mine for me to care. We're going to get up. Anything under 1.5 is going to be pretty efficient. So just stick to 1.5 has been my new go-to. It does really well with an ox plow. We're going to get up 3. Well, actually, we need to get up 4 fields. Keep in mind that emmer and rye share the same fertility. Okay. So we got 2 good fields. And we got 2 fields that no one cares about. We got the manor right here. Probably won't armor it up. We're going to get a farmhouse up right here. And we're going to have 2 plows. We're going to have 2 fields going at any time. We'll most likely still need to import bread. So, but this will cut down on that cost substantially. So let's get a windmill over here as well. And what we're going to do is wheat here in the first. And over here, we're going to do rye. Then over here, we're going to do, all right, so we got 1, 2, I wish, yeah, we really only need a 3rd year. That will do it. Okay, yeah. So wheat, rye, we have no wheat or rye in there. On the 3rd and 4th, we have wheat and rye here. We almost need to do 6 fields for this to work, right? By almost, I mean, we need to do 6 fields. 1.6. It's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Otherwise, your fertilities just go down so much. Okay, so now we need wheat and rye in the 2nd. And so what we'll do here is we'll just do rye in the 1st and falafel. Now, this will give us basically 2 families. And all right, we're in good shape. But 2 families, 2 ox. Everything will be golden over there. And that will give us a good influx of crops. I'm not even going to bother with barley. The barley yields here are just abysmal. I mean, it's something though. But I think we'll just be better off importing it. We should probably try to keep the population down just a tad. It never works out that way. And I think we're going to create the bread right here. So we'll need 2 tier 3 houses for bread right here. They can go up and get the stuff right there. I think we got a good thing going on there now. Should definitely try to get more fruit production going. Oh yeah, look at all them cabbages. That's going to be beautiful. And yeah, over here, more carrots. Just get it going. And so the next objective is to get into the carrot trade. It's kind of upsetting. Carrots sell for 3. Like, carrots are better than like boards or shields even. It makes really no sense because I can grow hundreds of carrots with one family, but to make 100 planks, it's like you got to bring in the timber, you got to bring it over. It's kind of silly how overpowered it is. And we don't need a trade route to sell small quantities, but we're going to be selling large quantities. Definitely want to get a trade route eventually. And we got 6 sheep, which means that we can take a family out of the livestock trader post. We'll let this just gradually build up. And yeah, since we are going to put our farms up top, let's plant everything over here now. It is taking ages though. I think I'm going to get a few pigs going just so that we have some variety of meat. Got 4 of them going. Now I know we have the carp, but it'll just help to get it going now. We probably should also look at our environment. So yeah, we have a massive woodland bonus. Look at that. So we have teaming, extra mushrooms production, but we got this pig time yield decrease by amount equal to woodland environment, 49%. So we can yield a lot of meat. Now it used to be you had a chance to get an extra production. I think that this is actually probably better because now you are always getting a consistent yield. All right, let's get that last pig in there. We got 110, not bad. Should definitely try to get the fruit going now though, or we're gonna have problems in 2 years. And these houses need to be tier 2. So our sheep are gonna take off. We got 6 sheep, 3 lambs. This is beautiful. We're gonna start getting a lot of wool. Let's put a family into the weaver's workshop. And let's also just straight up, let's just get going. Let's get the tailor going. Yeah, that is gonna be a lot of crop. Oh yeah, look at that. Now you can see the trees. That's beautiful. They just take forever to grow. Yeah, so I think that might be the way, like just move it around a bit, but you'll get a lot more trees planted this way. I mean, over here, the trees are growing faster than we're cutting them down. That's perfect. So we have 23 plots. We have a total pop of 95. The smaller we keep this, the easier it is going to be to turn a profit and also to keep everyone supplied. So we need garments and we need beverages to go to tier 3. We need to get a bit of a better economy going. So let's focus all our attention on that. Let's get another horse. Let's place another family in here. Oh, crap. I didn't realize that. Sheep grazing in high elevation. Okay, we got to check our... Oh, no's. Oh, no's. Okay, so we need to place the sheep down here. That sucks. All right, so I gotta delete all of this. We'll just leave the textile industry down here. Let's see how I can save this. Okay. So we know that this is a safe zone. Let's just put our sheep down here and they'll haul it off. It'll be okay. Place the sheep farm here. Yeah, we can salvage this, no problem. Let's do something a little different. Let's have the connector here. Now, luckily the storehouse workers do have carts, you know, and carry like 10 at a time. Let's do something a little different here. There we go. We're gonna keep our pasture areas simple. There's 14. Now you only need about 32 sheep. We should probably actually, to get the maximum amount of sheep, we should probably keep pretty close to that, or we're just gonna have so much wool and clothing I won't be able to sell all of it. So let's just do something really light. There we go. This is more than enough. Okay, I like that. That looks good. So we're going to destroy these pastures over here, have them be sent out over there. I need to wait until the other guy's up. I will remove these roads though. All right, we'll keep that. It's really not that large of a walk. It's not that big of a deal. We'll get our gent down here. Perfect. Yeah, not a big deal. It's still pretty tight. But now our sheep won't perish. So this is very good. All right, we'll get a few more pasture spaces out. Not for any other reason than cosmetics. All right, perfect. I think we're going to need a little bit more pig action. So what I'd like to do is get up some houses here. Also, we need a bigger army. Get a road up. Perfect. Let's get ourselves another ox, I think, and build some more hitching posts. There we go. Yeah, so the trees are starting to come up. I think we need to change the forestry area here. I think they've planted pretty much. Yeah, if you got to really zoom in. That's not bad. They're definitely doing a better job of replanting that way. I think there's definitely like a set it and forget it threshold. Like maybe this is a good size, right? I used to do this. Like, so maybe like a good size, good middle ground is something like that. Now, if you're hyper focusing, I think you want to make it as small as possible. But yeah, a set it and forget it approach is typically preferred. And they're multiplying now. This is great. We got 5 sheep, 6 lambs. Beautiful. We have 372. Perfect. Okay, let's do pears since they're the most expensive. And then we'll do apples next. And we do need to buy that trader out for carrots, but so far we've been able to sell them without it. So I think we'll hold off a little bit longer. Now we have 11 pork. So this is perfect, right? The pork is helping out a lot in the winter when we can't fish. So that's great. Now let's upgrade all these hitching posts to stables. All right, getting those up. We're also starting to get a lot of families, so we could probably, we don't have tier 3 homes yet, nor do I want to dedicate multiple families. It sucks as a tier 3 house, you know, it has 2 families in it that you have to dedicate. So let's just put the communal oven right here, close to the granary. We're going to place a 3rd worker or a 3rd family into this because there's just a lot to do. And fuel's starting to get a little scary. Let's put 2 wood cutters into work. Need to keep my economy flowing. Food's starting to get a little iffy, but I think we're going to be all right, especially once we get bread production going. There we go. Yeah, now the trees are starting to come up. It does take quite a bit of time to grow those trees. Now let's get another horse. We just need to really capitalize on our trade. And I thought the lords were going to be a little bit more aggressive. They're kind of passive. And we're going to have to bring the fight to them, which means that we need to start doing tithes. Okay, cool. Over here is the farmhouse. So let's get the plowing station up. And we're going to put it's going to hurt, but we're going to put a 10% tithe on and start building up our influence to 2,000. I'd love to take this area to get some more money, right? Because clay and stone, we can make shape stone, we can make tiles, and then we can import tiles to ourselves from here and clay from here. We should definitely attack. So we have 7 families. Let's think about how to start distributing those. 75 charcoal. All right, let's place another family into the charcoal kilns. Let's get that going faster. And then over here, you're going to need 2 ox. So we're going to get a couple plowing stations right here. And we're going to permanently assign 2 ox over here, leaving us, looks like 6 oxen for everything else. That's pretty good. And we're only going to need 2 families, I think. And let's let them get to work. 1 family in the windmill. I say we just start going, right? Let's order an ox, upgrade that to a stable, just to have extra space. This should suffice. This should be enough for everything. I might need to put 1 more family in, but that's all right. And then over here, 1 family to the communal oven. Now, what I do like about the communal oven is you don't get as much production. You get 2 times production when you have a dedicated family and burgers plot. But with this, they have to be dedicated to 1 type, but with a communal oven you can do both, so they just produce whatever they have. And so it's kind of nice for setting and forgetting, but 2 times production is definitely where it's at, especially when your quantity is limited and you're trying to reduce your costs. So it's definitely worth the family being dedicated to it. I'm just going to update everything to a small stable. All right, we're at 396, so now we're going to get up those apples. All right, so we have everything going. This is great. 5 sheep, 9 lambs. I'm going to place a family member here. And we're going to start. Let's import up to 14 oxen. And let's start importing sheep as well. I want to kind of get the clothing trade going, I think, next. We have the money, so I say we spend it. But we're also going to need probably a few more hitching posts. Maybe not. Let's just get 2 more up. Oh, wow. Look at that. It's really starting to come along. All right. I think we're probably going to need 3 families here. I'm just going to do it. That way we can seed these things properly. There's only 2 fields that are going to be going at any time. I'm thinking we're going to switch this out to be rye. Yeah. Let me reorganize this. I prefer to have it where 2 fields are doing everything, right? So these are the two power fields. Should be the same. Rye in the third. Okay. So we got wheat and rye in the first, wheat and rye in the second, wheat and rye in the third. That's how we'll do this. So I'll need to cancel this as soon as I can. We'll leave it for now. It's going to give us a pretty decent yield. It's going to be a little messy the first year. That's all right. We'll get it all fixed. But that way they're just right next to the same field, right? It just works really well. And we need a lot more fruit. We do have a bit of money, so let's get that pig production going. This is where they shine. That pork is amazing. Now, honey's not bad for trade either. I'm not going to do any honey. I mean, you'll get the 10% increase in yields, but I'm not feeling it. I prefer to have the pork. If I want to make the tier 4 build and the passive income you get from higher households work, I prefer to do meat personally. And let's come down to our tailor and make sure it's not on wool. It's on linen, or make sure it's on the yarn. It's on linen, so we got to move it over. I hate that. And we should have some bread production going here. Probably within a year. We just need to make sure there's enough families to seed everything. Looks like there is. All right, we'll get 32. That should make about 32 to 64 bread for the rye. Beautiful. Yeah, you can see we're doing great. I'm going to place a storehouse worker here and remove it from over here. All right, let's get them piggies going. But this pork is really going to help out. Beautiful. Okay, let's take a peek. We're going to get all the hides we need from the sheep to make boots. So we don't need goats. Goats actually really suck right now. They need to totally remodel them. The yields on meat are terrible. The yields on hide are it's just not worth it. You get a lot more value out of the pork. What's cool is there's going to be beef and cows and all types of stuff in the future. It's going to be a really vibrant game. I can't wait to see where this game is in like a year from now. All right, we have 13 sheep, 9 free oxen. I think we're good. I'm going to pause there. That should get us where we need to go. We're going to have some decent yields this year, except for on wheat, not so much. Might have to import some of it, but we're going to have an economy for it because we have 346 wealth. Upgrade this well. All right, let's get that 4th horse. I think we're swimming in money now. 444. All right, let's get these to tier 2. Got 1. Wow, 488. All right, I think it's time to push for tier 3. We don't even need clay for tier 3, which is awesome. It will give us +1 passive wealth and an extra family. So we don't want to build any more burgage plots, to be honest. And most likely, we should probably start focusing on getting these guys up to tier 2 and pushing them into tier 3. Yeah, they'll consume clothing. That's okay. We're going to have more than enough clothing because of how much sheep we have. The sheep setup we have can facilitate about 3 times our population, so... And it looks like we do need another worker to meet the demand in the storehouse. So let's get 1 more worker there. Get up a fuel stall for a general goods, common goods stall. There we go. Yep, we got 10 clothes in there. That's perfect. Oh, wow. Look at that forest. It's beautiful. All right. Yeah, let's get these burgage plots to tier 2. Want to spend these resources now so we can replenish them. Let's come over to the sawmill and let's boot up our production limit to 140 planks. We're going to need quite a bit of them. I was trying to conserve wood before, but now we're starting to stockpile it, as you can see. We got 3 people in here. I mean, we're just producing so much. Let's boot this down to 2 families. Get an extra family in. I think 2 families is more than enough to keep up with everything. Okay, so now it's going to be beverages. So we want to immediately get a brewer up. We're going to need another worker for the malt house. What I think we're going to do is try to skip a step. I could import the barley. Let's go to the trade post. Let's look at what's going to be the cheapest. Typically, I like to import the barley as well, simply because sometimes you don't get the malt for a long time. So when you have 2 of them coming in, you're more likely to be able to sustain your ale production. However, as we can see here, it's price-wise. Let's import 50 malt at a time. Buy that trade route. This is going to cost us quite a bit. The next thing I like to do is go to the blacksmith, start making iron parts, come over to the bowyer shop, and switch over to crossbow production. And we're going to get rid of our archer unit and put in a crossbow. We're also going to start taxing 100%, no, 10%. Try to get our retinue to full for ourselves an ox. Okay. All right, we're in good shape. So this is going to be, this is 1, this is 3, and this is 2 over here. All right. Wheat and rye. Get some good yields there. Not a whole lot, but, you know, enough to make some bread. There we go. We got rye bread coming in now. And we probably need, once we get more families, I'll start optimizing the fisher hut to take advantage of the seasonal growth. So essentially what you want to do is get as many people into the fishing hut as possible to overfish the 3 months that it grows. Same with the mushrooms. So we'll just put a passive 2 families in there, and that should get us a good yield from those periods. So we should start importing here momentarily. We are going to set an ale production limit equal to, I'm going to say 8, or let's do 80. Let's start producing the ale. I'm not going to place someone into the tavern until I have a backlog of it. What we're going to try to do is open the tavern and expand as fast as possible before we run out of alcohol. It tends to work pretty well. But we're going to upgrade all the piggies, because these guys have no job. I want the new families to not be tied to productivity. And 2 families is about all you need for these plots right here anyway. You can actually honestly safely leave these farm plots kind of where they are at 75. Tier 3 is just, it's just nice to have run at tier 4 because you get that passive wealth, and it's immense. It makes it a lot easier to sustain high imports of barley when you have all that passive wealth coming in. You can typically bring in more money than you're spending if everything is tier 4. So they definitely made it so that tier 4 is worth it. When they put in the new tier 3, so tier 4 is the old tier 3, basically. But when they put that into play, it just really ramped it up. But now a single burgers plot can get up to 3 families instead of 2. So you can actually get quite a bit of your bang for your buck. I'm starting to think, though, that maybe tier 2 houses are the OP way to make money. Because if you think about it, a tier 4 house is going to have 3 families. And it's going to generate... Actually, no, it pretty much... Yeah, it's even extra family. Because a tier 2 house is going to generate 1 regional wealth. Yeah, I'll have to look at the math on that one. I do think that a tier 2 house is probably where it's at. Tier 2 single burgers plot is going to generate 2 regional wealth with this setup. And it's going to be 1 family instead of 3 that you have to feed. So if you want to maximize your money, minimize the amount of people you have to feed. But realistically, it doesn't matter. Now, when you take a town, you actually take the whole town. I think you keep the buildings and everything. So we'll have to take this town and then fix it. And you can see that they've just really run amok. They got goats. Ugh. They got chickens. They got a bit of everything. I guarantee you they will, modify the game so chickens just don't produce a whole lot. They used to produce quite a bit, and they nerfed chickens. I found importing salt and just making sausage pretty darn awesome. Okay, beverages is all we need. So we have 39 ale right now. We're ready. All right, we're gonna place the family in here. I'm gonna overstock it by 10. That way consumption will catch up quicker. And let's pause. So, okay. We're not gonna be able to choose which ones go to tier 3 very easily. It's gonna be proximity. The brewer can be tier 3, that can be tier 3. Let the booze flow. All right. He can be tier 3, and that's fine. That's our bootmaker. Boot and the bakery need to be tier 3. I'm just going to get these plots to tier 3 so we can get these extra families in. If you do get a single burgers plot, though, to tier 3, you definitely do tier 4. Absolutely. Because you can see there's 2 families in here now at tier 3. If we take it to tier 4, we get the 1 family and the 1... I mean, there's no reason not to. Unless you don't need the family. I don't know what I'm actually going to do with these. That's the one thing, though, is I don't actually know if I should go to tier 4. Tier 3 is pretty lucrative. I don't know what to do with these extra families. All right, tier 3. Let's pause the game real quick. All right, it's getting there. There's only 1 family in the brewer, and that could actually present some difficulty. But he's transporting, crafting. Yeah, I think we get this to tier 3. Get that extra family in there, help him with the booze production. Let's do it. There we go. We got one of the piggies. We can get to tier 3 now. I mean, we do need a few people. And when we upgrade some of these to the tannery and all that, and boot production, we'll lose families. So it should even out. There we go. We got a full thing of crossbows. Not bad. Also, the army. There is the army factor. Let's get 2 crossbow units. We're not really bringing in a whole lot of money right now, which is making me sad. But that's all right. Let's recruit. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. A little bit of bread production. All right. Our wood production should be pretty ample now. All right, so the brewer has been upgraded. We'll need to wait for the family to come in, going for a drink. We only have 29 ale. So they are transporting. I think what we need to do is place another family into the large tavern, since they do have a bit of a distance. Granaries over here. Let's check out some other stuff. Let's look at our market. Okay. So granary distribution starting to break. We're going to need more. Okay. We're going to need more families, actually. That's fine. I think we can get away with the one granary. I don't think we're ever going to have a surplus because I'll just start trading it. Got our keep right here. I'm just going to put a pathway. All right. We are broke. We are broke. Nice. Quince is fully developed. All right. So these two are going to be butchers. I'm going to leave them at tier 2 for now. These are going to both be bakers. They need to be tier 3. It's going to double our bread production. I might as well just start going the distance here. Upgrading everything I possibly can to tier 3. These are all tier 3 right now. This guy in the back. These guys. So now we can have 16 families move in. So let's give it a pause. Now tier 4, we're going to require 2 types of fruit, 1 type of grain, which we're already producing, and a tier 2 church. So to tier 2 church this place, that's going to require some resources. And this is where things get a little annoying, to be honest. So the mortar, we can just import up to 10 of that. I found it's better to just create your own dressed stone by importing the raw. That way you don't have to buy a whole freaking trade route for it. Get a stonemason station up. Get it right here so I can see it. And we're going to need clay tiles. So let's get up a clay furnace. Get it up right here. And we'll just import a little bit of clay. And this will become actually a permanent thing. So we'll import around 30 of it. I'm not going to buy a trade route for it. Let's let it trickle in. And we have 4 horses. We're doing great. You can see that the 4 horses are all carrying riders. We're going back to rest. Not bad. I think 3 families here is about perfect. All right. We have 4 raiders here. That's one thing that kind of sucks about this location is when the raiders come, they just all pop out right where we're at. Okay. We should probably get the retinue up sooner rather than later, but I'm kind of broke. All right, this might get a little dicey, actually. Yeah, this is actually going to get very dicey. There's a lot of them and not a whole lot of us. I may actually have to get up some kind of fort here. Let's think about this. So funny enough, you don't have to put the fort around this. The fort can actually be separate, and it could just be something simple like this. If I can funnel my enemies, then I can control them. So that's what we're going to do. Just going to create a 2-pronged funnel. I'll put my archers inside of it. It does actually look like I can place it over the field. There we go. Go around the field. Perfect. That's actually exactly what I needed. Now there's only one way in. It's colliding though. Well, we can move this. There we go. Yeah, we'll just move things around. Get ourselves up a small little keep here. Simply because we're going to be able to defend ourselves. Especially if I'm out at war and then they come, right? If I can just have one retinue guarding that gate, you can typically kill them all. Okay. Let's utilize this lake over here. We'll put our retinue over here. Put these guys here. Yeah, we might be able to fight from back here. Oof, this is getting nasty. All right, here they come. Let's pull back our men a little bit. All right, here we go. So they're coming from all corners, but these crossbowmen, they are going to do the job. There we go. So these guys over here need to be taken out first, I think. Let's get our men on them. Ooh, this is getting dicey. There we go. Okay, we can take them out. We're going to charge with our men. These are not defensive units, so we just need to charge with them. And yeah, they're closing in, so we need to sweep these guys quickly. They're getting down to the small amounts, 7 people. I'm going to switch this guy off to help here. Come on, rout them. Do it. Luckily, they're kind of being weird. They're just chilling over there and they're watching their friends die. It's kind of weird, you know? What are they? They're just like... what is this? Is like a spectator sport for them now? Okay. That unit's going to rout. I'm going to pull both crossbowmen over here. Actually, let's move our guys into position on the shoreline so we can get a better shot. And let's get our guys down here to help out. I'm going to let them just kind of fire at will. Yeah, we can do the shoot at will from here. And let's come in and help our guys out. Speed this up. Beautiful. Okay. Let's each take a unit. Oh, our crossbowmen aren't shooting at will. There we go. We don't like will. Shoot them. There we go. Beautiful. All right, yeah, that was a little dicey, though. I'll get back to it. I don't think we lost anybody. Maybe one or two units. It's not bad. And we'll get this little castle up here. All right, we got 3 families. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. So that's what's gonna hurt is we're gonna lose 4 families when we put these bakeries up. So we gotta keep that in mind. But it's gonna be totally worth it. Now I just let the bodies disappear. They disappear after like 2 to 3 months. I don't even bother burying them. I'm sure they'll change that too. I'm sure they'll change it all. Okay, so first and foremost, we need to get some stone production going. We need 20 dressed stone. Need to get this clay furnace up. All right, we're making good progress now. Got 12 free families. Let's pause this up. Get the clay furnace going now. And we're actually going to continuously make root tiles and import. So let's set that at about 40. It's a good amount of clay tiles they have because tier 4 is going to require that. And we just need to shape stone now. So I got clay furnace going. I got the stone mason going. We got a little bit of ale. We got a lot of clothing. Starting to gather, actually, clothing. And it's only going to get worse. We're not even at full production. So that is a guaranteed good trade for us. Let's start exporting clothes. And we'll export anything over, I'd say 105 is good. We need to buy a trader out, though. All right, we have 3,000 influence. I think it's time. I think we have the army for it. So we have a little bit of... Actually, hold on a tick. I'm probably going to hire mercenaries. So let's hold up. We need a little bit of money because we have to hold a point and we need to be able to make sure we can pay the mercenaries. But yeah, so let's just focus on not spending any of that money, letting it come in. We're going to be in a little bit of a lull right now because we are importing quite a bit. Yeah, it's going to take them a little bit of time to build this out. Looks like they got all the materials, so this needs to start building it now. And surprisingly, fruit can hold you back quite a bit in the game. One thing I noticed is I start to get a little bit bottlenecked there. So what we're going to do is get up another orchard. There we go. I'm just going to get this going. I have a feeling we're going to need it. I don't know if I'm going to do quince or whatever I'm going to do. Probably quince because it's cheap and easy to get. But you get a bad yield though. Apples seem to be the way to go. But we'll get just a little bit more production going. Let's check out some other stuff. So beetroots, cabbage, those are all doing great. I feel like we need a few more production buildings though. And this area right here, it's been good for firewood, but I think we're gonna let it go. Well, that's such a weird shape, man. I think I'm gonna build this. This is like the weirdest, it's like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, yeah, we'll do like something cheap here. Probably like beetroot, right? I don't know. That looks really weird. Let's build it. Now, I know these aren't all mature yet. I just have a feeling we're going to have problems. Let's get the orchard up here. Now, what you kind of want to focus on is just making sure you meet your tier 3 requirements, right? So 1 bread, footwear. We're going to have to start making boots here soon. Let's get the tannery. We're going to need to get the butcher going. So once we hit... Oh, we're there, aren't we? Once we hit 32 sheep. You see we have 39 lambs right now. But once we have 32 sheep, we'll turn the butcher on. And he will get to work. Let's just do it. Let's just get the... Oh, we need some monies. I'm broke, man. I'm just broke. It's all this imports from here. All right, tier 2 church is operational. Get that built. We no longer need a stonemason station on. Turn him off. Come over to trade. I no longer want to import rough stone. Beautiful. We're going to continuously to import clay, but let's lower it to 20 clay at any given time. The malt, we'll keep it 50. Iron slabs, keep it 20. Clothing, we desperately need to start exporting. That's a lot of money on the table. There we go. We're starting to accumulate some cash again. All right, we have 7 free families. So we need to start doubling down. So there's a season where the fish are going to just blow up. I think it's March, April, May. Same with the forager hut. And we should actually get the herb gardens. So people do get sick now. And herbs help them heal faster. So when they're sick, they are not working. That is something that was intended to be in the game a long time ago, and they finally patched it in. So just keep that in mind. All right, there we go. So yeah, we have a pretty simple structure to fight from now. We can hold them here, keep our men inside. It will be beautiful. It's not the perfect castle, but it's our castle. All right, let's double up. Quince is 105, 315. 210. I don't know. I feel like apples is the way to go. Over here, we're gonna get up our veggies. That's not bad, actually. It's actually kind of cool. Look at that. You go to the left, you go up. I don't know. It's a neat. It's not, you know, not necessary, but it's not a bad plot. We got 5 workers. We're doing decent over there. Check out our food. We got rye. We got wheat bread. We need more of it. Meat's gonna start coming into issue. So once we get the cows, we'll be good. I'm gonna immediately get this butcher up, and we need to be really, really freaking careful. I'm gonna highly prioritize it. So he just like comes in and just starts murdering. So you need to like watch him. As soon as he's up, pause the game, and yeah, tell him to stop. Just put him to sausage production until you're ready. But for all of this, we're basically gonna just cap our sheep at 32 and slaughter all the lambs. They each yield the same amount of meat and hides, but the sheep give you wool. So we're gonna keep it at 32. This will give us an insane amount of mutton and everything we need. So I'm just gonna wait until we have 26. Now we could just, order the sheep and go crazy. Go mutton. I was gonna say go ham, but technically mutton. But we're in good shape. So we need footwear and we need beverages. This is why I import both the barley and the malt. Okay, so we're at 245. Let us get up that extra spot here. Okay, we're gonna go with apples here. It's gonna be a little pricey. It'll be worth it. Over here, part of me wants to go cabbage, to be honest. It's only 100. Wow, this is a good plot. Let's double that up. Yeah, we're gonna go cabbage. Let's do cabbage there, since I have 3 things. The beetroots are nice, but you don't get good yields on them, and you get an insane... Cabbage yields one of the best. It's one of the most expensive, but it yields a lot. The more food types we can have, the better. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna turn the tithe off for a little bit. Let our food kind of get back to a good spot. We have 6 months worth of fuel, which is kind of confusing, but it's okay. 102 charcoal, barely any firewood. That makes sense. Let's move this over here, and let's look at the forester real quick. Let's up this area. Should be good. Get a road. We're back in business. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna get 3 families in here. Let's get this cracking. All right, and yeah, I think we'll do cabbage. It's only 100. There's a lot to do here. I need to buy... yeah, I probably need to buy this route real quick, because we're at 194 clothes. That's a lot of money sitting on the table. All right, church is up. So now it's just footwear. So we definitely got the tailor up, making the clothing. And over here, we need to get ourselves up a cobbler station. But we are perfectly broke. Yeah, it's time. It's time. I need to take this region. I need its wealth. Let's see what we can do here. Now I can hire for 50 these gents here. Let's do it. That's a good one. And everybody else, we have the force. We have crossbowmen. Crossbowmen they're just too powerful is what they are. Now he's gonna throw a hissy fit here, okay? Because he's gonna throw everything he has at us. Put our mercenaries out in front. We had 2 crossbowmen. We got you guys here. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, we got spears. Okay, so we need to do this now. So we're gonna come over here into the map. We're gonna click here, and I'm going to attack him. First, I thought they were gonna be the oppressors. Now I'm the person. I'm the mean guy. I'm the one invading people's land. Let's move in. Gauntlet has been thrown, sir. Enemies declared. All right, so here they come. Where are they coming from? Oh wow, they got a lot of spear. It's actually kind of scary. So let's do this proper. We should never fight downhill. Let us... Oof. Oh, the battle area is over here, though. Oh, crap. I hate when this happens. All right, so we need to casually strut all the way over here. Let's do it. We're going to start strutting. They're grouping out over here. Enormous amount of spearmen. Oh, these guys weren't strutting. You're supposed to strut. We don't want to have fatigue, guys. We're going to have to pay 50 in 12 days. We have just enough money. Okay, let's come back over here. All right, we got the taxes coming in. We got a little bit of cash. I'm not going to talk to them. I'm going to let them come at me. We're winning. We have 80 days. Oh, man. We need to win this war in a different way. Okay. We're in the circle. All right, so they're going to try to come at us from down here. All right, war begins. Perfect. They're going to try to come at us from down here. That's great. I'm going to position my men in a way that makes sense. Let's get it going. I'm going to put my retinue in the back. Here come their guys. And their retinue is about to get eaten up. Just gonna let it happen. All right, so they're all going to the middle area. I'm just gonna sit on the edge. Nice. We can pepper their archers here in a second. I actually don't think they have any archers now. Like, they don't have any archers. Just spear. Okay. We need to take advantage of the fact that they are all alone over here. Let's move in with our heavy hitters. They're starting to move over, but yeah, if we can get this unit here, that's going to be huge for us. Oh yeah, we're crushing them. And they're going to be fighting downhill as they come. So we're definitely going to take advantage of all of this. Let's get our crossbowmen in range over here. Oh crap, they increased my taxes. That's not good. I need those taxes. All right, here they come. All right, let's move in. Boom. Yeah, that's not good for them. Do they have any friends? Okay, they're in the back over here. Do they have more men coming? I heard that sound that I don't like to hear. Oh, they do. They have more men coming over there. Now the green folk, they're getting a little antsy because they see me over here throwing down the gauntlet. Are they allies or something? I don't like that. Stay over there, sir. Yeah, I am the aggressor here. Okay, and then we got another unit coming in. Do this. Okay, so these two guys fighting here. We're gonna intercept right here. Boom, got him. All right, crossbowmen, do your thing. And do it fast. There we go. We're getting them good. I'm going to move this unit over here. This unit seems to be doing a good job. We've already cut down half their forces. I don't even know what they're doing over here. They're just like hanging out. All right, let's attack the flank here. All right, I'm going to pull these guys back into position. Oh, there was one unit. All right, that's so weird. They made it look like they were working. All right, we can't keep these mercenary units for too much longer. Oh, gosh. Good God. Okay. Now, what you have to do is destroy the original units to win the battle. So if they summon other units, what you want to do is just charge in and start hitting. Unfortunately, I don't think we can do that. Oh, this is going to be nasty. Let's pull back. I'm going to send the spears in to get the archers. These guys we just need to play around with. I'm going to pause real quick. Let's come back over our town. Now, unfortunately, we're in a little bit of a pickle here. And that pickle is going to require me to up it to 20% tax rate. So we can get up to 100. I need more time. All right, our spears are on their archers. All right, now we need to utilize our crossbowmen. Kill all of these gents. There we go. Ooh, those are some good units. And we're going to hit them when they're down. Yeah, there we go. They're coming uphill. We'll get them with the two-handed charge. It's going to wreck. I'm going to hold these guys back here. Defense. Oh, they're all on my guy over here. Okay, we need to come over and help him. I'm going to send in this unit. Actually, let's just send in everybody. Let's send in every single person. Let's end this right here, right now. Not ideal. Oh, we're going to be fighting in a river. That's not good. But whatever, they're mercenaries. Perfect. All right, let's get you positioned on these hilltops. Got our spear right there. There's only a couple more units, I think. I'm going to get my retinue in on this action. Let's get this unit a little bit closer so he can help shoot back. Looks like this guy can't hit anything either. Let's move him in. Over here, we got ourselves a little forest battle. And another enemy unit spotted. Where? All right, we just need to, like I said, defeat the originals. And everybody else will follow. All right, let's get in position. All right, we broke them. So we just need to get this last unit over here. Wow, we lost a lot of mercenary units. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Our main city is being attacked by the green. Oh, and they got, oh my gosh. We got 2 battles going on. All right, we need to quickly, so they must have changed it because the battle's still going on. All right, so we have another, okay. This is getting messy with all these lords, man. This is getting messy. All right, let's get this last unit. Okay, we won this battle. So now this battle is going to be fought in our land. And we might be able to beat it without the mercenaries. Let's get back into position. So the green team... Oh god, why did you go that way? The green team is now moving with a fleet of spearmen. Oh no, okay, so Earlhart is ours now. And it's beautiful. It's everything I dreamed it would be. I think it's also brokish. What development point do we want to get for them? I'm going to do the same one just because I want the extra money. And they have 11,000. Oh boy, I'm going to tax you guys. Okay, so now we can probably pull in more mercenaries. I just need to find their manor. All right, their manor's over here. So we're going to tax them 10%. 10% tax, no tithe for now. They have 1 point. They don't have a whole lot of food. They're doing very badly on food. They made some very poor decisions. Okay. I'm going to unhorrify their decision making. We're going to get rid of the goats. Got all this money. Okay. We're going to get up veggies. All these guys. There we go. Yeah, they got some carrot. They do not have a whole lot of food. They have an insane amount of money. Oh god, they're already here. Okay, so we got archers over here. Oh boy, archers over there. Okay, get those guys in. Okay, place our archers inside the keep. This over here. Now luckily we can fight in the keep, it looks like. We just need to be in the circle. So we'll keep our men in the circle. Okay, we got that one archer. Let's go for the second one. Nice, we broke both of them. Oh, we won. We won because they were too slow. Whew. Okay. Wow. That was crazy. All right, let's take a peek at this new thing. Okay, get the carrots going. Cabbage. Beets. I'm not going to double up on the families. Okay, they got the pigs. We got the chickens. We'll keep that. Oh, they have the world's saddest quince farm over here. No one's moved in yet, so they're not building it. Okay. Get another thing out here of carrots. We've got to remedy their food situation as fast as possible. Let's see. Do they have someone fishing? Of course not. They have 3 people fishing. They have 48 out of 50, which means their granary is inefficient. So they have a large storehouse over here. They have 13 free families. Their large storehouse is completely full. All right, so they have multiple issues going on here. Let's put a storehouse over here next to their production. This is a great... This is cool when you just have a whole city. Their logging camp is in a terrible position. They have deforested almost everything. Let's put their logging camp down over here. They have a corpse pit. Nice. They got a good stone quarry going on. They got a deep mine over here. All right, so they have an immaculate trade. They're making a fortune. They have another storehouse over here that is not upgraded. They have no boards. Oof. I can't even see their granary. So we're just going to place a new one. Okay, let me think. Can't place anything here. It's too steep. That's their trade post there. Okay. Oof. All right, let's place it over here. All right, here's a storehouse. Okay, so they do have some stuff coming in. Upgrade that to max. They have a lime kiln. That's okay. Storehouse there. Trade post right here. Let's see, do they have all horses? Yes, they do. And they're trading... They're exporting tiles. They're exporting dressed stone. I don't even have to set up anything here. They're doing everything for me. I'm just going to leave this village as is. It's beautiful. We're going to get all the food groups going here. Got an extra guy over here. Let's do cabbage. Oh, yeah. We're going to make so much money here. They have barely any fuel. Oof. Okay. We were going to make a lot of money. But we got to... we got to clutch this awful city. And there's no roads back here. Sorry, babe. We need a road back here. What is going on? Well, let me build a road back here. That's so weird. Yeah, there's some issues with these AI villages. Okay. Let's get a woodcutter back here and a forester. I think the food situation should remedy itself. It's June. We should be able to catch up. We have a new granary being produced down here. Yeah, the woodcutter is over here. Let's get a forester up over here. I'm gonna build those guys up here, but we'll get this going instead. Now that I found it. All right, now let's get a granary worker. Get him going. Prioritize the forester's hut. All right, large storehouse is upgraded. We have room again. Fishing hut is being emptied. I think it's the goats or the pigs. The pigs are still alive here. Interesting. All right, forester hut. Let's get this up. We're gonna run out real quick here. Make that the worksite area. So now we can actually trade the clay from here to here. Let's make sure that this is actually we're actually trading clay out. That will save us a lot of money. I mean, we're not importing it all the time, but yes, we are exporting clay. Holy cow! Yeah, anything over 1,000, we'll trade out. They have 3,000 by trade route. I'll sell it to anybody. They got some hides. They have no sheep, of course. They're not even exporting mortar. Oh my gosh. That's a lost opportunity. Anything over 500. And fuel. Export that. Man, they're just... Between the roof tiles and dressed stone, though, they're just pulling in so much cash. And, okay, fishing is open back up. We're emptying that out. Where's our other food supply? Berries all the way down here. Let's hold tab. They have a forager hut that's maxed out, but it's all the way over here. Okay. Well, we need to get a road up. We have no planks whatsoever, but we have 35 timber. Okay. They didn't do any kind of forestry. We need to get the logging camp back up at all, as you can see. Let's get a forester down here. I did put a forester over here. I say we get him working this whole area. Okay. I think we'll save these people, potentially. I don't know, there might be some die-off. I mean, I did them a favor. This guy was running them into the ground, man. I thought I was like, oh man, I'm being a jerk. It's like, I have this massive responsibility to take care of these people now. This is a chore. These people should be worshiping me. I just saved them all. They're all about to die. Okay, we got a good amount of stone coming out of here. Oh wow, we're like totally full up. Oh my gosh. What are they doing over here? Well, I got more retinue. Oh wow. We got so much money in the treasury from taxing them. I gotta turn this down. Let's turn it down to like 5%. It's too much. Okay, well, now we have all the money in the world to go take everybody else out. Get the full retinue up. And let's get this last guy up too. Every region we just get stronger and stronger. All right, I think we're in good shape. How many oxen? 3 oxen. 22 goats. Oh boy, this place is such a ghetto. All right, let's get up some pits here. Okay, let's get an ox, upgrade that. All right, good. Getting some trees planted over here already. I will say they did give me the money I needed though. Okay, so over here, we're great. Everyone loves it. It's hunky-dory. Oh, boy. We don't have the grains. We're kind of low on produce, like I predicted. We're not at total maturity here yet. And over here, I don't know. We're gonna do cabbages again. A bunch of cabbage. Yeah, we don't have too much of it. We're consuming it, but we have good fruits coming in now. All right, so the manor here is fine. Crop production's fine. Our taxes are going up quite a bit because we just inherited an insane amount of people. 220. Okay, so what combat do we have over here? So they have barely any spears, a ton of shields. Probably where all our boards are going. Let's hold Alt here. Or sorry, Tab. And let's take a peek. Let's try to find our production buildings. I have a feeling that they're just mass producing shields and we need to stop that immediately. Oh, we're almost out of fuel as well. Okay. All right, they have a smithy over here. I don't know where they're getting all the resources they need. Okay, chicken. I'm actually kind of confused. Ah, here we go. Here's the joiner. Yeah, he's just going to town. So we'll set a production limit here, like 59. We have more shields than we'll ever need in our life. Let's look at this for a second. Fortunately, I can't change it. I would like to have a real blacksmith. Let's get rid of the goat here. Upgrade this burger's plot to tier 2. And we're going to import iron slabs. I think we're going to get some spear production here. Just buy it. The money we have, though. I'd like to get a spear unit from here. I think a good spear unit would be wise. All right, perfect. Get up a blacksmith. All right, let's also make sure that we're importing tools. Of course they're not. They're producing them, which is fine. And we also need to go back to that blacksmith. You can still import and produce, or the smithy. Let's put a cap, like 20. All right, they're completely out. They are completely out of firewood. Let's turn on this woodcutter over here. And we'll turn this guy down to 1. We still need him to go out, but let's put 2 families in the forester hut here. And honestly, over here, I feel like just in general, we just need as many people regrowing everything as possible. So I'm saying, it's like, I thought I was being a bad guy. These people really needed my help. Let's get this area up. Here we are. Start foresting that. Okay. Yeah, same here. They're all just deforesting everything. Savages. Sheep. Oh. High elevation. What? He must have, like, just gone a little bit outside of the box or something. Yeah, because the elevation's all the way. He must have gotten out, right? Okay, I think we have... Yeah, now I can come back over here. Well, we have 64 sheep. Oh, God. Okay. So we're going to set a limit of... Let's do 42 sheep. We're about to get so much meat and so much hide. It's not even funny. It's a little funny, but let's get the cobbler up. We need to get shoes. Now we can get to tier 4. Just need footwear and grains. And so we got 6 individuals. Perfect. So over here, bakery. And over here, also bakery. So there goes 4 families right there. But we no longer going to use this communal oven. Bye-bye. And all the other towns are going to feed this town. This is the super town. Okay. So you're going to assign... So this one's making wheat bread. So now 1 flour makes 4. And this one needs to be on rye. So 1 makes 2 now instead of 1 to 1. So that's going to double our bread production there. May or may not be enough. I may, quite honestly, decide that I have enough people. We do have emmer and rye fertility zones, but they're really bad. Oh, we got good rye fertility over here. This is beautiful. Emmer, not so much. Yeah, it's pretty lackluster. And they built on a massive area that they could have gotten. Oh my God, such a beautiful area. They built their entire city on it. Oh boy. Okay, so they're out of firewood. That's not good. Let's get 3 families over here. Let's pull this road all the way around. Yeah, I still can't place road there. That's interesting. All right, we made it through winter without anyone perishing over there. Over here, food is coming a little scarce. But that should be all remedied here soon. As soon as that family moves in over here. And we're going to start slaughtering a bunch of these gents. So the butcher over here, he's got to get to work. Yeah, he's starting with the sheep. That's going to give us a bunch of meat. You can see we got 32 mutton. That's going to give us the hides we need over here to start producing shoes. Now, you only consume 1 shoe per family per year. So that is of tier 3. And so we'll have plenty. We'll have about 62. We can facilitate about 62 families a year. That's 62 to 64. That's how many hides we're going to produce from the sheep. Okay, let's continue to order ox for this location. Now we have 4. Okay, so I think our food situation has remedied itself. See, they're doing a terrible job fishing. They've just built this. They've built this town in a way that I can't get roads out anywhere. I'll try. They're not very good. Yeah, it's this little nip right there, messing it all up. But they will take that road, so that's good. Looks like they don't have to totally be connecting to work. That's gonna help out a lot. And yeah, they're getting a good chunk. So we have to do that too over here, where you want to put, 2 to 3 families to get all of it. We're doing a good job with just the ones we have. So I think we're okay. But we need to make sure our granary is at full capacity. Let's put another family in here. Especially as we upgrade everything. Let's actually put 2 families in there. And then let's come down to large storehouse. Ooh, it's doing great. Let's put another family in there. And we have a full spearman from the other region. I think we're back on track. So let's see if we can get our retinue all the way up. Build this out. Perfect. Okay. So now the objective should be stabilization, tier 4, and then pushing on to take the entire region. So let's take in the scenery. So now we have this town, and we also have this secondary town. It's kind of cool. They run right into one another. They're almost connected. It's kind of neat. And then we'll come over here. This will be our next mark. Now, yeah. At first, I thought this would be conquest, but now this is like a humanitarian mission because these people are like, they're starving. They're running out of resources. I'm basically the savior at this point. A few good burgage plots out over here. Yeah, I think things are on the right track now. Fishermen are going crazy over here. Oh, here we go. Tier 4. We made it. Or those are tier 3. My bad. Oh, I got excited for nothing. Yeah, we need footwear and grains. And we're going to have all that really soon. Let's get the tannery going now. That's what last piece that was missing right there. We've got 9 hides. It's about to go to the moon. Yeah, we're 42 sheep. We got 45 lambs. They're going to slaughter, and that is 45 hides. All right, leather production's going. We got 71 ale. That's pretty good. Okay, so they're producing the footwear over there. Let's come back over here and see what's going on. Fuel is still kind of iffy. We got 3 families pulling in as much as possible. Got, let's put 2 families over here. Actually, 3. So the way that charcoal works is you produce a bunch of it, and it can be used for heating. So it's just wise to get it all the way up. Get twice as much from it. We're going through our resources quickly. All right, beetroots. The food's pouring in. Everything else is doing great. We have a godly amount of mortar, which I'm now trading out. I don't think they set limitations on plank production. Here we are. Saw pit. Let's set a limit of, 300 is fine. All right, we are going to place 3 workers into the granary here. Fully upgrade it. It doesn't actually look like we have enough free market stalls because it wasn't even crafting a new market stall location. Let's do this. Get a big old one out. There we are. All right, granary's up. Get the 3 new market stall locations. Got the forest around here getting back up. The forest around here getting back up, but this is getting kind of tricky. Now we can max out our retinue. Perfection. Okay. There we go. Charcoal's going to start helping us out. We're still in pretty bad situation, though. Let's make sure we're not trading out any of this. Okay, perfect. I'm going to do something kind of weird. Since we are trading our own firewood out of the other location, I can import both of these. And they did have a trade route for coal. They were at one point selling coal. But we can maintain some basics this way and disallow other routes. So we'll buy it from ourselves for 1 a pop down here. Very, very cheap. That should get us back on track. Same thing down here. We should go down to our trade post, start importing clay tiles from our own region. That will save us a lot of money. And then also import, oopsie daisy, we're getting ready to import clay only from our own region. Put that up to 30. So we are getting hit. In the north, I think they're coming for the second town. All right, we got quite the army now. So this will be good. We'll import what we need. So we are getting a bit of food. I'm gonna place the tithe back on up here because I don't care. We just need to inch towards 2,000 so we can attack another region. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna have another lord attack because this is kind of crazy because, oh, he intercepted the banditos. Okay, and he's coming for our secondary region. I'm gonna rename this place. Tacticat is cool. There we go. Now I'll know if they're coming for me. So let's fight. And the region they want to fight in is this little pit of death over here. Perfect. Let's get our men over here. Oh, they want to fight down here again. And we don't even need mercenaries at this point. I'm a little upset because those bandits would have been some good influence for me. And they're coming at me with a full spear army. All right, so spearmen out in front. These are easy to replace. Put them in stand your ground. Our retinue out in front. Retinue to the side to protect archers if they try to flank attack. Two-handers in the back. Crossbowmen right here. We're in good standing here. And we're in the zone. Perfect. We're just going to sit downhill like this. Oh, they're coming at me with everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spear units. 3 archer. Oh, okay. Not cool. They called in every mercenary there is, except for this one. I have to order them. Oh, God. They got another team. They got another team coming in from the south there. If I get rid of all these gents here, the combat actually ends. So, okay. I can at least get their archers over here. This is nuts. This is a lot of units coming at me all at once. All right, they're not going to attack. They're going to regroup, I think. Yeah. So we'll just shoot them. I'll let them come at me with the full force, man. Pepper them up a bit. Ooh, this guy got a little wild over here. Let's send in the team. There we go. Yeah, we're pelting them bad. It's kind of cool to see the different colors of the Lord. I'm just so used to yellow. All right, so they're grouping for an attack. Reinforcements are coming in from all the way back here. I broken both their archers. I would burn this whole place to the ground if I could. Let's keep moving. I think I'm just gonna double click on those guys, have them charge. Here we go. All right. And our crossbowmen are pelting their gents as they come in. All right, we need to take advantage of them being downhill. We're gonna charge at them with our spear units. All right, Tacticat is cool, is running out. Ooh, we got some archers in the woods down here. That's what's been shooting at us. Let's go get those guys. I'm gonna pull him out to protect my archers. Nice, we broke them. Let's get back up so we can charge downhill again. Oh, there's multiple gangs of archers over here. Need to hold formation. Oh, their archers are about to get it. Nice. Ooh. I gotta tone down the zoom on that thing. Thing's nuts. Okay, both our archers are done. I'm gonna charge in at this guy. Let's just get ready to charge downhill. Our retinue? Okay, it's time to charge. We're in the zone. That was a good hit. All right, we broke them. Let's get everybody in formation. Oh, good Lord. They're coming at me with everything they got. All right, let's send our backup units over here. Yeah, there's 6 spear units coming at us. We're not getting any influence for these kills, which is kind of silly. Okay, our crossbowmen are making quick work of their units, though. Okay, let's do this. We're going to go down in each direction. Come at 2 of them. I'm going to pull these guys into a 2x2 to protect the archers. Let's move on in. Boom, instant break. All right, let's get them back into position. All right, I think we got these guys on the ropes over here. I'm going to send in the 2-handers to back up. They're pulling in more men, of course. But yeah, the 2-handers. Oh, yeah. We just got that massive charge bonus. All right, get everyone back in place. Yeah, dude, running down the hill and just smacking them with a heavy charge is really doing a number. And our crossbowmen can easily start pelting their spear units coming at us. Now there's more. There's a lot more of them. This is why you gotta get the crossbowmen, man. They are just so good. Ooh, yeah. You see that? Routed them. Now they will take pop shots off at them as they try to run away. Oh, why aren't they running away? Run away. All right, going for the next guy. They're still coming in on the sides. Oh, he wants me to surrender. Not gonna happen, sir. Okay, our backup is finally almost here. Oh, yeah, you don't run away from crossbow volleys. They surprisingly made it out. Nope, nope, never mind. Dang, dude, they took it. I need to start getting armor on my guys. All right, so they're getting in the fields back here. They're being sneaky snakes. Okay. Well, they're taunting me. They want me to come to them. I might say yes. Let's move forward. Get our archers in position. We're going to start inching towards them. I think they're regrouping. What I can do is charge their positions to kind of shake them out. Gotta make sure they're not trying to get behind me. All right, here we go. I think we're in position of these units here. All right, beautiful. All right, volley fire. Still have the advantage of terrain right here. Man, they're just tanking everything. Okay, they're coming at me pretty strong now. These guys are the slowest people in the world. Oh, I pressed the speed button. All right, let's sally out. We shook them. Yeah, I think they're a little scared of us, man. They keep running away. You know what? I'm not gonna run from these people. Let's do it. We're moving in. All right, let's get our archers on the shoreline. Send both units out. Let's just get in there and do it. I'm gonna have these guys charge in from behind. This guy's like, oh, he's stuck on something. I'm just gonna get rid of, disband him. Disband both of them, screw it. I don't need you. I'm a big boy. Okay, archers go. Here we are. All right, we smacked through all their archers. They have no ranged. Let's move out. I'm gonna come back up my units here. I'll let the crossbowmen take care of the rest here. Oop, nope. They want to play around right here. I need to reinforce over here. So we'll use our two-handers on these gents. Hopefully my crossbowmen will help out here soon. There we go. Oh yeah, they're done for now. Crossbowmen are just shooting them all up in the back. Wow, dude. That is... that is a heavy amount of bodies back there. Okay, we got this in the bag. Speed this up. Get this done with. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Let's get everybody home. All right, spearmen live here. Second reserve lives here. These guys need to go all the way back here. Whew, that was pretty intense. 865, 703. Okay, I don't have too much of a choice. I really wanted to get to tier 4. We're running low on fruits. Finally got a family back in here. Let's tier 2 it. Okay, so we got everything but fruits right now, which I knew was going to be a problem. We're just now getting the mature plants. This is going to take a while for these apples to help out, but they will start helping out a little bit, like second or third year. The only thing you can really do at this point is import. I don't really want to do that, but... Alright, so we are at 40... Why aren't... Hold on a tick. Yeah, there's a family here. He's getting... Oh, they have to go all the way... Oh, they're at war. Okay. But he's got to go all the way to get the animal. Eventually, it'll get caught up to the point... It's just going to take a little bit to get caught up, but eventually there'll just be like 1 or 2 animals they have to go get, and it's fine that they're all the way over here. But holy cow. Maybe we should get this to tier 3. Alright, yeah, I'm feeling the need. Let's look at how many burgers plots we got. 29, so we can get one more. I think we should go for quints. I think we're in a position where we need something immediately. So let's do it right here. Let's make it longer. Kind of cool as we can go use the lake. Here we go. Yeah, perfect. Get the road down in here. Definitely wanted to do the apples for the long run. It's going to produce more. It's going to be great. Get that to tier 3 as well. But yeah, over here for sure. Let's get that quince. Those will be up in about a year or 2. Takes about 2 years, but we'll get a first haul, I think, within a year. All right, we're 100% entertainment supply demand. 1.8 thousand influence. We're going to war as soon as we can. All right, we're purchasing the quince. Expanding the field. I'm going to start getting everybody up to tier 2 over here. I think we can get above 80%. We don't really need to be honest, though. People here are pretty happy. Okay, fuel's coming back into being. We're getting up our woodland areas. For fuel, this should work out just well enough. I think we saved the folks here. They do have a tier 2 church. Get all these guys to tier 2 down here just because we can. Also, it just makes the place look a little bit nicer. 59 sheep. All the lambs are growing up to be sheep. Coolio. This butcher needs to get to work. All right, let's get him to tier 3. Let's get that extra family in there helping out. This guy to tier 3 as well. These gents can also go to tier 2s and 3s. You know what? Taylor to tier 3. We definitely need more. I think we have a lot of... Oh, look at that. Tier 4. First tier 4s. Boom. Finally. We got our fruit haul in. I'm just going to do anybody and everybody I can to tier 4. Let's pause real quick. Get all the piggos to tier 4. This is going to give me far too many free families. I think we're going to leave it right there. We don't really need to get too many people to tier 4. We don't need any more families. I don't think the money's worth it at this point. But you got to do it, right? You got to get the tier 4s up. All right, tier 3 on this gent too. Double burgage plots should always be tier 3 because you get extra money and there's no new family. New cost. If you go to tier 4, you get one more, but you get another family you have to feed. It only really makes sense if you really need the families. Okay, we got ourselves a pretty impressive army here. I think I should get another crossbowman in here. We're definitely going to have the force for it. All right. Yeah, the tier 2 homes over here coming along swimmingly. There's no way I'm going to get garments up in here. It's going to take too long. What I need to do is get food production up and get the tithes going. Okay. So let's see. How many burgers plots do we have here? 30. Okay, so if I go up, I'm going to need more market stall workers. We already have an abundance of market stall workers. Let's upgrade this granary right here. Oh, there's our granary. Yeah, I'll upgrade this gent here. I'm just going to get a road here, even though I can't do anything with it. All right, I'm going to do something kind of weird. I think I'm going to do something kind of crazy. I need a lot of food fast. We're going to do beetroot, just massive beetroot. Try that out behind here. Get this all connected. And I'm going to get up a giant quince farm. Maybe I'll just do some more fruits here. We don't have a whole lot of that. Yeah, I think fruit would probably be better use of these big guys back here. Look more normal. If I want to do beetroots, however, we should just do long, skinny like that. That's a good one. There we go. Okay, let's get the orchard up. Yeah, we don't care about too much here. I'm just trying to make sure I can do a tithe. And I'm trying to make sure people don't starve. But if they're happy or whatever, I don't really care. Okay, our fuel production's finally getting back up there. Get the orchards. They're gonna feed our next war. Okay, we're at 2K. So let's get these up. So here, quince, double the families. We'll do quince here, and then we'll do apples on the other one for long-term planning. We need quick results. All right, and over here, we're gonna do vegetables. All right, yeah, do apples, double the families. Get this farm up, perfect. Roots it is. Just a little bit of extra food. We're gonna put the tithe up to 10% and the land tax also to 10%. Need more money? I don't actually need the money. I want the money. Oh wow, we're broke. Cool. So I've pretty much taken all the money. All right, we're exporting mortar. We're importing tools. We're exporting roof tiles. Are we not even... Oh, noes. Okay. Clay guy here. Stone guy here. Let's get this proper. Got a large storehouse right here they can go to. I'm sure that the buildings exist, but I like to place my own. Here's the clay furnace right here. Okay. I think we need multiples. So what we can do over here is... It just seems like it's not doing much. We only have 30 clay. All right, we're going to double this. Double production. Okay, this is my main city. I hate when it does that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we have 3.7 thousand clay. All right. So let's get those tiles cooking. And get a full team in there. And stonemason. Similar setup. 2 people in here. Max it out. There we go. I'm feeling good about this. Okay, we're back in business. Let's go back to our main keep. We got them tier 4s out now. They're looking pretty. All right, yeah, we're just keeping up with everything. It looks like we could probably use another family in the weaver. Let's put another person in the storehouse here. Let's check our market stalls. And we're just meeting demand. Granary is now maxed out. Let's place another family into the storehouse here. That should do it. Okay, we have a 20% land tax here still. Let's move that down to 5 or 6. Actually, I don't really want to take too much money. You can get away with 1 with no loss. So 1% is actually pretty funny. We have enough money to pay our taxes for a little bit. Yeah. Tacticat is cool, still has an insane amount of wealth. So Let's continue to tax this place here. Tithe it. I'm using this place to fund my next conflict. All right, it's time to prep for our next invasion. And now we have plenty of money. We're going to recruit these crossbowmen. And that's it. They can recruit all the other mercenaries. I just want these crossbows. 4 crossbowmen are going to make short work of anything. Okay. And we're in good shape. 7 months. So we saved the village. We've got a good thing going on here. Let's get these guys to tier 2. Better pantry size. Got a good amount of tier 4. It looks like we need the fruits pretty bad and the grains. I'll have to start importing grain. Typically, I like to take a region and do that, but the only region that has good farmland is the one way up top. Okay, so we have 5. That's right, we have 5 crossbows now. It is time. All right, we're gonna pull out. Claim with influence. Going on in. We need to get in there fast before they hit us. We do not want to fight in the water. We do not want to fight downhill either. Okay. Oh, we're right in the combat zone. So let's get into position. I'm thinking we fight right here. 2 tiles wide. There we go. My pikes on the side. Get my crossbows here. Get the enemy mercenary crossbow in front. So if we do get hit, they'll take the brunt of the damage. Where are they coming from? All the way down here. So they summon some mercs. And they're going to be green. All right, we got mercs in the back. Let's place our gents like this, guarding the back side. I'm going to put the mercenaries to the sides, actually. There we go. All right, let's get a retinue in front here. Let's pull these guys back. I prefer the mercenaries actually take the most of the damage. There we go. Put everybody into stand your ground. Okay, so they got their entire army coming from behind and in front. So they hired all the mercenaries. Okay, so since they hired all the mercenaries, there's really only one obvious thing we need to do, which is we need to hit their main army first. They're coming down here. Okay, pause. I have a better idea now. Let's get all of our crossbowmen right here. We'll get our spears. Let's pull in with our 2-handers. And let's get our retinue in the back. Because we're about to get hit from behind here momentarily. Almost all of them are coming this way. You see the mercenaries are armored. Okay, we're going to get hit from a side here. Oof, we got some stragglers. Alright, let's hit these guys here. Pull these guys back in defensive posture. Pull these guys back over here. Get everybody organized as possible. There we go. Okay. Now it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Shoot at will. It's going to decrease our accuracy, but increase our damage. Oh, increases accuracy up close, but decreases accuracy. Okay, as long as it'll actually increase our accuracy, which is pretty crazy because it's like shooting a musket. All right, and no one's coming from behind. We're in good shape. All right, we're just gonna start fluttering in. They're still a ways off. Perfect. All right, we're making good progress here. We're kind of like stuck up on whatever this is. The little mine area. Okay, we got that guy. We're on one last gent. Oh, and this guy right here. All right, we're gonna watch from behind. I'm gonna speed it up a bit. Oh, they're getting close. Okay. They're fighting to the last man, which is pretty ruthless. And looks like they summoned more mercenaries. There's 2 guys left who are, I think, embedded into the walls here. All right, perfect. Let's get our guys back over here now. All 4 of them. Oh man, look at that. Just in time. Just in time. Now we turn around, we fight again. Oh boy. Okay. Well, my guys are pretty tuckered out. Effectiveness is down. Let's charge out. And let's charge out. There we go. Okay, they got a guy trying to flank on the side. We have our spearmen back here. I got 2 heavy hitters in the front. Yeah, those guys didn't stand a chance. Let's rush out. Hey. Alright, I'm going to put these guys in the back. I'm just really paranoid about getting hit from behind. Shift our men. Okay, the 2 mercenary units I'm going to place right here. Out in the front. Okay, and we won. They no longer exist. And we're running out of fuel. Once again, a humanitarian crisis. Just every poor, impoverished European country, I guess. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, coming soon. So we're gonna go with Regensburg Guildsman because I just like the money. It's +1 for every single burgage plot. Really helps out. I know I have a lot already. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna pause. We're going to find dude, that is the craziest burgers plot I have ever seen. That's cool. I can't find the manor here. Let me see if they even built it. Limit reached. Okay, yeah, it exists. Oh, here it is. It's like freaking Where's Waldo with these people, man. All right, yeah, they already have a tithe. That's good. We're gonna boot up to 10%. They already got a land attack, so we're gonna boot that up to 10% as well. I don't need to do these things. I just think it's funny. And okay, we have a trade post over here. We're gonna start importing firewood and coal up to 50. And I'm only gonna purchase it if it's from my region. It's only gonna cost us 1 per. It's gonna be fantastic. Okay, we have iron ore here that we are exporting, so that's cool. Yeah, we got a deep core mine. Very good. So only thing I need to fix right now is the firewood crisis. So got, oh wow. Okay, so they got a forager hut, but they don't seem to have a hunter's hut right here. Let's get that going. And we're gonna place a woodcutter's lodge out here. And I'm gonna do something kind of crazy. I'm gonna do 2 forester huts. We're gonna connect all this via road. This is Operation Wood. I need to come up with better operational names. But we're gonna get the wood up. It's gonna be glorious. We're gonna import wood for now. Okay, we can get this retinue back, these guys back, get rid of the merc units, and send everybody else back home. Yeah, what's crazy is that the last battle against any of the lords is always the biggest one. So you have 3 large battles, and each of these are big. So the last region, he actually looks like he has a functioning society over here. This guy went, I don't know, man. He's definitely last in class. That's all I can say. They got 4 people for the corpse pit. Let's just do 1. Okay, get these guys back to work. Okay, I think we're in good shape now. Everybody's doing their jobs. And we just need 2,000 more, and we're ready for the last region. Let's get these people back on track. Okay, we're going to place 3 families in here. Just to go out and find whatever piece of wood they possibly can. They won't cut around here. Over here would have been probably better. But I wanted to... Honestly, what I want to do is see if I can create a self-sustained area right here. Let's make it small. 2 families in it. All right, 2 families in it. Small. Boom. Okay. That should get us what we need. They don't have a tier 2 church. Blah. Man, they don't have fuel. They don't have meat, fish, animal produce. Yeah, so they didn't have anything up. Okay. Let's get a gent in the hunting camp. Let's get ourselves an herb garden for disease. Let's find their granary. Pump that up. There's storage over here. Let's place another worker there. Here's the granary. Let's fill this up. More workers. They're actually out of market stalls space. Get up another marketplace behind this area. Ba-boom. Okay, I think we're in business now. I don't think food's an issue here. They luckily have a good amount of crops. There we go. But that will bring in a lot of good stuff for us. We could sell the pelts too. Okay, they're already exporting pelts. They're exporting anything over 100 on these gents, but they didn't have a trade route. Do they have horses? Yes, sir, they do. All right, let's go down the list, make sure that they're doing everything proper. Oh, wow, they got a lot of large shields. Exporting honey. All right, I'm not too worried about them. I mainly just want their resources, but I got to stabilize them. I think for now what we'll do is we'll get up a... Wow, they're cutting all over. Woodcutter over here. There's a lot of good wood. And let's get up a forester. Oh, yes, beautiful. Look at all them trees. Place is coming along swimmingly. Oh, dude, I got another retinue. Oh, boy. Okay, look at this. We're beautiful now. 67 wheat bread. I think we need to get some more tier 4s. Those are all tier 4'd. Saying we don't have the grains. Do I not have enough market stalls up? Oh, we're getting pretty close. We're going to have to get another granary up. Not for the space, simply because I don't have enough market stalls. Okay, nice. We can get up right here. Right there. Boom. Perfect. All right, cool. We're selling enough carrots. I don't see a cabbage issue, even though we're producing quite a bit of it. Fruits are great. We got enough wheat bread. There we go. Another tier 4. We actually do need a few more folk. So let's think about this. All right, let's tier 4 the tailor shop and the cobbler, just because I can. And these guys too. Yeah, I don't think food's really an issue. Nice. Another tier 4 down here. Tier 4 here. Wow. Yeah, tier 4 all around. Holy cow. I guess I am going to tier 4 everything. Just because I can. Even the bakeries, you know what? Everyone deserves a nice house. All right, the bowyer, the blacksmith, the butcher for sure, man. This guy's slow. So slow. 42 sheep, 8 lamb. Okay, we're back on track. This guy, I don't know who you are or what you do. You're tier 4 as well. The charcoal is fantastic. Let's boot that to 3 fams. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that. We got 13 free people here. Okay. I think that this... Like, what else am I going to do with these people, right? So let's see what we can do here. Emmer fertility is pretty bad. Except in this little valley over here. Oh, it's just so bad everywhere. And it doesn't tell me what it is past this point over here. For all I know, it could be the amazing back there. Yeah, it's really bad. It's just too bad. It's not even worth it. Okay, let's come back over here. How are we doing? 2 months? All right, so we were able to get 2 months worth of fuel right as winter is starting. Perfect. We got this guy over here. Let's get this forester hut going. Let's get this woodcutter with 2 families. And this forester, he's going to do this small area here. Okay, cool. We're in business. We got the forager hut up. Wow, 4 families in the forager hut. Holy cow. 2. Oh no, it's rubble. Our iron is rubble. They've burnt a few things down. It says we have 0 boards. We have 162 timber. All right, so let's go see what the problem is over here. All right, let's get the charcoal kiln production up. All right, Tacticat is God will be the name of this town. Just perpetually insulting them. Let's keep it going. Got ourselves a nice little bridge over here. This is neat. I like it. I like this little... This is kind of cool. It's neat. It's a neat little area. Let's double up the people here. Get an extra worker. I'm just going to burgers plot level 2 some of these houses for fun. All right, we're at 1.8. We're almost there on the tithe. We're running out of food here. I'm going to just completely turn it off. I'll keep the taxes on. Come down here. How are we doing on food? Also, not too great. I think we can hit the tithe with the main area. Turn it off here. And down here, we're doing okay. So we'll put the tithe on down here. Make up for it. I'm only taxing about 1% here to keep our money going. Keep the people happy. We need that money for all the imports, right? And I think what we're going to do is start importing wheat sheaves. Let's say 50 at any given time. And same with rye. Okay, I don't think they can produce more bread than I can consume. We'll find out. But we're going to have to bring that all the way to the windmill. Let's place 3 families into the windmill. Keep that going strong. Let's place a 4th family into the farmhouse to help smash that down into... They got to thresh it. So So good to have families there. Okay, so we need 3 types of meat fishes to make a tier 4 happy. You don't technically have to do it. It doesn't give you that big of a bonus. As long as you're over 80%, you're going to get that +1 passive on a burger's plot level 2. So we get passive income of +1 for 2, 3, 4 stages. Pretty cool. So now we get passive income all burgage levels +1 because we're above 90%. So monthly migration is +3. Influence per month of +20. So we hit, yeah, you get 20 per month. So we already hit our 2,000. So we're ready. So we can be good people now. The tithe is over. Man, we did it. We built out this kingdom, conquered multiple kingdoms, brought them to prosperity. They were, 4 months worth of food. Probably because of the tithe. They got a lot of mouths to feed over here, though. I feel bad for them, but they're okay. We brought meat back on the menu over here. We got some good stuff going for them. I feel like they just need a little bit more. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get 3 burgers plots here. Some more veggies going. I just feel sorry for them, man. I was gonna like beat the game, but I'm just like, oh, I can't leave them like this. Okay, we got it. They did an okay enough job. It's just these plots are great. Like they did a good job here. All right, there we go. Yeah, they're doing good. Fruits are where they're hurting. We'll turn those guys in the small little fruit fields. In fact, I'm gonna destroy these. Yeah, veggies is not where they're hurting here. It's fruit. So, same concept. We're gonna do 2 burgers plots though. 1 for quints, 1 for apples. Let me guess, they have like 3 ox? Yes, they have 3 oxen. I'm the only person in the world who ever has 40 ox, I guess. Let's get some hitching posts back here. All right, we need boards. We should have them. I can't try to find everything here, so let's get this guy up. Get another saw pit up. All right, we got some more hitching posts. Some ox. I feel like every village I come into, I'm just making it that much better. All right, let's expand these. I might be taxing them a bit more, but I'm not taking their food. It's their money. Okay, saw pit up. Yeah, we just need another one of these gents. And plank limit of, let's say, 130. Beautiful. I'm going to boot this woodcutter down to 1. I'm going to boot this woodcutter down to 1. It's going to get a little too crazy here. We're already at 8 months worth of fuel. This is great. We'll forest these areas. These should replenish, and you can see the trees are starting to come up in this area. All right, so over here we'll do apples. And yeah, the reason we don't have a lot of boards is because they don't have enough ox to deliver. Ox is busy doing everything else. Okay, right here. We just need 2 boards. Looks like we got 4. Get that orchard up. We have 208 logs. It wasn't even a log issue. It was ox the whole time. Get ourselves another ox ordered. That will give us 5 oxen. Okay, and we're going to get quince. And that will help us out there. All right, perfect. So you can see food is through the roof now. Just no fruit. Okay, I'm feeling good. We got the small game coming in. It is time for the final battle of good versus evil, or slightly not as bad, but also technically not good versus evil. I don't know. So we got these gents. Hiring everybody, man. I'm coming in hot. We don't even have to send our own men. Okay. Let's get the rest of these gents out here. Yeah, we're sending in a big force. Okay, mercenaries for sure out in front. Our force is in the back. Taxes are getting a little out of hand, but we can afford it. There we go. Trees are starting to come back up. We're getting this area all pretty. Okay. The moment has come. Altbruch must perish. We must we must save these people. Oh, we're liberators. All right, let's move on in. Moving our forces on in. Yeah, this is actually kind of cool to see the march. The gauntlet has been thrown for the last region. Yeah, this isn't gonna go well for them. But here we are. Let's do that one more time, because that's really cool. Because you come in, see the men marching. It's a beautiful sight to behold. Enemies declare. Oh, we're enemies. Just because I'm trying to completely destroy you? I see how it is. All I want is for you to go away and for me to take all your stuff. It doesn't mean we can't be friends. Oh, okay, I guess it does. All right. What we're gonna do here is use the mercenaries to distract them. We got to get to this circle over here. I'm gonna move my men over this way. All right, and we're just gonna charge out every single person. Let's move in. Let's get our archers here. Here we go. It's just gonna be everyone from themselves kind of situation. Let's charge in. All right, so these 12 guys. Yeah. Okay, we need to get right over here. I think we can do it. Let's speed this up just a tad bit. All right, our men are traipsing through the streets. We're just gonna start fighting. Oh, wow. All right, battle is beginning. Looks like we got two units over there. Oh, no. Oh, noes. No, sir. Okay. Okay, the battle can take place anywhere over here. Perfect. Get our men in the back. Yeah, they're gonna come at us. So they got their whole army coming from there. Those are the mercenaries. Okay, these guys over here. I'm gonna peel off one of the mercenary units to come over here and take the majority of damage. All right, let's do it. Speed everybody into position. All right, get these guys on stand your ground. All right, let's charge in on these gents here. Two of our retinue. Yeah, these guys didn't know it hit them, man. They're just like, what? The whole kingdom is attacking. Because, yeah, I'm using all the kingdoms I took. I took their retinue and their bannermen, their resources. We got it all. Okay. Let's charge out over here. Ooh, we got friends. We got friends coming? Ooh, yes, we do. There. All right. Let's pull these guys back in defensive posture. Let's keep these mercs right here. Pull these guys back in defensive position. Let's come over here. We got some street fights going on over here. Oh, I think everything over there is handled. So let's come back. Yep, here they come. Along the shoreline. Let's hit them from two sides. Oh, they did not. Yeah, they just got volley fired. What? Are they? Where are they going? Oh, they're running. They're just like, nope. Those are the smartest people. Those are the smartest people in the whole bunch here. All right, I got some archers. Send them over here. Or we can send the archers out over here to shoot from behind. We got one unit over here. I'm just going to speed this up a bit. Yep, there they are. All right, let's hit them from both sides. Ooh, smacked right in, broke. Perfect. Pull back. I think they got some archers in the woods. Let's send in the mercenary unit into the woods. I don't want to send my people. There we go. Okay, I'm not seeing any archers out here. Let's keep going. Oh, we did it. Beautiful. Angry old man crossing his freaking arms at me. What the heck? I saved you. There it is. Victory. 95 soldiers lost. 270 dead villagers. Whoops. 1,200 enemies killed. In-game population 897. Not crazy. Days past 3,000. Wow. Well, that was cool. We're going to continue playing just so I can show you guys my kingdom. But now we own everything. And they're hoarding gold over here, 25,000. I'm going to do this one again. I just like the money. They have a good kingdom over here. They're a little starved. They have a good kingdom. They're just, you know, all starving to death. They got no fire. All right, well, we've saved enough people. You get the gist of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was cool. I actually like the new AI system now. I didn't realize they had improved it so much. It's really neat taking over a fully developed town. And keep in mind, this is, you know, this is like their first run at this. It's definitely probably going to get better. I know at one point they talked about town sieges and things like that too. Yeah, they're trading lots of good stuff here. So I think the game is going to shape up. It's going to get good. Probably going to take a year or so until it's at that point. But when it is, it's going to be an experience for sure. But let's do one more pass over on all our towns. First conquest there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these towns are long and stringy. And then our town. It's beautiful. Everyone here has food. It's a good place. Yeah, over 1,000. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your day.